All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of my Columbia TriStar DVD collection featuring Movie&GameLover98, New Area Edition. Part 1, we looked at releases from 1998 to 2002. And as for the second part, we're going to be looking at releases from 2003 to 2015. All right. Oh. I don't really listen to radio that much. All right.
Hey, Flicka.
Now, for part one, we already looked at the releases that were from 1998 to 2002.
Mm-hmm.
So
Before we get to that,
we'll get into releases from 2003 and onward. But before
we do that, I gotta show you this. I forgot to show you. This is a release from Sony I forgot to show you in the last part.
Do you know what month in 2002 this came out?
October.
So this was a few months before Dragon Tales Easy as 1-2-3 was released on DVD.
And VHS, but we're just doing DVDs only.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was October 2002 because this film was released in June of 2002.
Next week, I might do a video of the Columbia TriStar VHS collection because I have quite a few VHS releases, but not as much as DVDs.
Yeah, I know you have one of them from 1998 on VHS, right? That being Madeline.
Yeah, and I have one VHS from 1996. I have a couple of VHS releases from 1996 as well.
Okay. Because I want to tell you...
And I have 6 Dragon Tales VHS releases and some JJ the Jet Plane VHS releases as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. So...
yeah.
I think this was released around the same time Scooby-Doo, the live-action version, was released on DVD and VHS.
I think it was. But despite that's a Warner Brothers movie, the Scooby-Doo live-action film with... But yeah. And also, yes, I know this one scene in Mr. Deeds. I may as well tell you, since I forgot to show you this last week. Or in the last part stream, I mean. We didn't do it, for the last few weeks. I'll just say... This one part where Mr. Deeds tries to save this lady and her 7 kitties from a fire, he says, I'll just say this, holy heck, let's get cracking. And then I wouldn't say, I apologize for the language. And then she says, apology accepted. And you know this guy from Big Daddy makes a cameo when one of the kitties lands in his bicycle? And he says, these 2 words, it's a cat.
If you were to pick a bonus Dragon Tales episode on this DVD, if there was an edition of this DVD with a bonus Dragon Tales episode as a bonus feature, which one would you pick?
Well, I don't know, since this one has a couple of swear word scenes in it. Excuse me?
Is it rated PG-13?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well,
even though
I would say if films that are rated G to PG-13 would include Dragon Tales episodes. Films rated R and onward would not.
Yeah. But yeah. I also like this other scene when he saves Pam from drowning in the ice water. He's just like the stale foot that you remember, his burnt foot, to crack the ice to save her from drowning.
Well, I actually have seen a film with Adam Sandler in it called Billy Madison, but it's not a Columbia TriStar release. It's a Universal release.
Well, true, yes, but this is mainly on Sony. But this is a Sony movie, and the other ones I would have would be Anger Management, which is going to be later. So I just want to show you Mr. Deeds really quick, because I also have this on Blu-ray as well. By
the way, 51st Date is another film with Adam Sandler that Columbia TriStar put out.
But it's now just basically Sony, because I know that release came out on DVD, after the DVD of Dragon Tales When I'm Afraid, which Unfortunately, I don't have that DVD. Well, I don't have the DVD 51st Dates with me, but yeah, I'll show you Mr. Deeds one last time. If you don't have this film, I say give it a try. It's funny.
I don't have it on DVD or VHS.
I say give this DVD a try. It's like I said, I never watched this film when I was younger, but I somehow watched it and I liked it. It has funny scenes despite they swear sometimes. But yeah, let's get into the first DVD release in 2003 now.
All right. So.
What's it going to be?
The first one from 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out in January 2003.
Yep. And it's a... Is it from any show?
It is a 2003 DVD release of JG the Jet Plane Liking Yourself Inside and Out, released January 14th, 2003.
Okay, so we'll get to the Dragon Tales release afterwards.
This one includes 5 adventures. All 5 of them are from the Mary Kate Bergman era, which, like I said before, she committed suicide in 1999.
Are you talking about the actress who played this lady in?
The actress who played JG the Jet Plane.
Okay.
Not the actress who played Red in the Blue.
Okay. You're talking about someone else. Okay. Because like I said, I have to watch more JG the Jet Plane, and yes, you told me I should give some of Arthur and other shows a try.
All right. This one features 5 exciting adventures, and they are Picture Day, Switch Around Day,
Switch Around Day,
Something Special, and Plane of a Different Color.
Plane of a different color? It's like the different colors of planes, and just like how they do with trains of different colors in Thomas.
Plane of a Different Color is basically... It's an episode where Tracy doesn't like her purple color, and she wants to be a different color.
You know, it kind of reminds me of, even though I hate the Blubber era of Thomas, it reminds me of the Thomas episode from season 22, An Engine of Many Colors, where James is wishing he could be different colors besides his red paint. When he's being repaired at the Steamworks, because this goes in between the episodes from season 21.
To be honest, the CGI era of Thomas is a lot like JG the Jet Plane in a way.
Well, yes, true, but I was going to tell you, that episode you're on the DVD I see right there reminds me of Thomas season 22's An Engine of Many Colors, when James is being repaired at the Steamers, but he has daydreams saying, he has nighttime dreams saying which colors he could be besides red.
And you know who voiced James in that one? Rob Rockstraw, who is the voice of Spud in the Claymation Bob the Builder series.
Yes, the Project Build series of Bob the Builder. But in the original Bob the Builder, Alan Marriott was the voice of Spud, kind of like he was the voice of Scoop.
So, I know William Dufries was the original voice of Bob the Builder in the US, and then Greg Probst took over, and then Mark Silk.
Yeah.
Anyway, 65 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the disc for JG the Jet Plane Liking Yourself Inside and Out.
Yeah, it's great.
Feel free to show those Dragon Tales releases from July and December 2003.
Yes, because I do, and that one Adam Sandler film that released between the 2 Dragon Tales releases of 2003 with season 2 episodes. Once we get to them, but yeah, let's look at that release one more time. Then we'll get to the Dragon Tales release next.
Oh, yeah, and apparently this DVD does not have a PBS Kids ident at the end. It goes right to the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo after the credits.
Okay, kind of like on one of the Dragon Tales DVDs we'll get to later, but it has, like, it doesn't have any PBS Kids ident logo of Dot or Dash at all. Okay, now on to the next release of 2003, which luckily it's a Dragon Tales release next, right?
Yes, it is. And then the next one that I'm going to show you after the Dragon Tales one is another JG the Jet Plane one released in May 2003.
Well, I know we have to get to this Dragon Tales release of April 2003 after this one, because that JG the Jet Plane one's from May 2003, because we got to go in order.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to this one.
All right. This is a 2003 DVD release of Dragon Tales.
Upside Down.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed this. I got a disc replay. I don't think you have disc replays in your area, in your state. But in my state, I do. Released in January, sometime after
2003.
So that was 2 weeks after that JJ the Jet plane released in 2003 came out, and less than a month before Thomas Percy's Chocolate.
This is the final DVD to contain episodes made entirely from season 1, because other releases after this would either contain all season 2 episodes, all season 3 episodes, or a mixture of episodes from all 3 seasons.
Yes, this one's the last one to feature all mainly season 1 episodes. And this picture right here is an alternate artwork from the Big Cake Mix-Up.
Which, I've seen a program break recorded after that episode, which had the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo and the Columbia TriStar television logo, recorded sometime in late March or early April of 2000.
Yeah, just like, yes, I know I've done it several times, so I'm not going to do it again. But I know in True Blue Friend, when Zach says, "You didn't take the paint off the bottom shelf, did you? Because if you did, we'd be in big trouble. It's permanent, and it will never, ever come off."
I think I took the paint off the bottom shelf!
And also, like, when... it looks like a tiger tree to me. Tiger trees dry with leaves.
Yeah, and
I know this is... What?
Did you have any Dragon Tales DVDs when you were younger, or did you just watch them on television and then collect them later?
I watched them on television when I was a kid, the episodes, and then I eventually got these DVDs. After I finished high school.
Get them.
The very first Dragon Tales DVD I got was Experience New Things from FYE in September 2016, and now it's been 6 years. I had all these Dragon Tales DVDs for at least years now.
The very first, I used to have a copy of this DVD and the Yes We Can DVD back in 2003 as well.
But I know your Yes We Can DVD was scratched and it didn't like play. It wouldn't play at all.
Well, yeah, pretty much, because it was badly scratched in like 2004 or 2005 or something.
Yeah, because I know your brothers were probably into Dragon Tales like you were. I don't know if your brothers watched Dragon Tales just like you did.
My brother used to watch it.
Okay, yeah, both of our copies don't have inserts. What a shame. Even though I can find a copy at Goodwill and just do that. There's a trick you can do at Goodwill if you want to have an insert for your movie.
There also exists an extremely rare DVD release with a 2009 disc.
I know Blue's Clues has that copy. Blue's Clues' copy looks like that. Yeah, but yeah, Easy's 1, 2, 3 I know has some great episodes. None of these are bad, and I don't think any of the dragons cry in any of these episodes.
None of them do. Anyway.
Okay, 100% yes, nobody cries in these episodes.
The Wheezy freaks out at the beginning of Light My Fire Breath. It almost sounded like she cried, but I'm not sure if it was actually a cry or just a really dramatic scream.
It was just a scream. But yeah, yes, Easy's 1, 2, 3 luckily I know the date this time, January 28th, 2003, less than a month before Thomas Percy's Chocolate Crunch hit VHS and DVD, and before Thomas's Friends Help Out got its first DVD release.
And for some reason, the disc does not say 2003, even though the packaging does say it.
Just like how in Thomas's Friends Help Out 2003 DVD, they some reason put 2002 on the back, even though it was from February 2003. Kind of like how the Wiggles Toot Toot says 2000 on the packaging, even though it came out at the very start of 2001.
There's something similar that happens on on a couple of the Elmo's World releases. Like, they both say 2003 on like one release. Head to Toe with Elmo says 2003 on both the back cover and on the disc, but said 2002 at the very end of the DVD itself.
Oh, you know what? I saw an Elmo's World DVD at Goodwill just today. It's called The Great Outdoors from 2003.
Yes, it came out. It came out around 5 months after Head to Toe with Elmo was released.
Because that one had a 2006 disc inside of it. It was a reprint. But yeah, let's let's get to the next release. We're done with Easiest 1, 2, 3.
2005 or 2006?
2006. I looked at the disc when I went to work this morning. Well, when I went to work one of those days on my work shift.
It's kind of like how my 2002 Sony Wonder Edition DVD of Elmo's World Springtime Fun has the 2010 Warner Brothers reprint disc inside of it.
That is so interesting. But yeah. And also,
yes, the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo is kept intact at the beginning of the 2009 reprint.
Yeah. But yeah, there's Easy's 1, 2, 3 one last time. I say...
For some reason, this is a very interesting combo. Normally, you get releases either with the Season 1 website bumper and Season 1 funding, or the Season 2 website bumper with Season 2 funding. But on this DVD, Ord says it the old way, just like on the Adventures in Dragonland, but it has the newer funding credits instead of the older funding credits.
But you know, there's this one time, like I know when they do the from the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, where they go, Dragon Tales is funded in part by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting for funds from the U.S. Department of Education.
Well, the newer funding goes, this program is funded in part by a Ready to Learn grant from the U.S. Department of Education for Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It's got the Season 1 website bumper, but with the Season 2 funding.
You know that they did the Season 2 funding up to Playing Fair Makes Playing Fun.
Yeah, I can imagine what it would be like if they made a 2005 release with the Season 3 funding.
Kind of interesting, but yes. That's Easy's 1, 2, 3 all taken care of.
I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get to the next release. Is the next one going to be Dragon Tales, or is it going to be something else before we get to this other Dragon Tales release?
Well, you could show the Dragon Tales one first, because that one came out in April. The JJ one didn't come out till May.
Okay, I'll show Let's Start Band because we did a different version back in June of this year. But this time we're just going to do them.
This was dedicated to Nina Elias Bamberger, who passed away in 2002 due to ovarian cancer.
Yeah, and you know how, like, yes, they have the Cassie song, which is my favorite song in this special, because they have a song devoted to one of the characters.
I wonder if the Board Shuffle is on this as well.
Yes, it is, after the dance song. But the Ord Shuffle, Cassie, Dance, because you know how Dance kind of reminds me of the Thomas Night Train song from the classic series of Thomas? Because you know how every time the children sing these lyrics in the Thomas song Night Train, they always sing woo woo. And before they sing, I mean, I don't know if you like Night Train of the Thomas songs, right?
Well, Night Train is on the Spills and Chills DVD that I have.
Oh yeah, it's the original 02 DVD release of Spills and Chills, right? Not the Lionsgate reprint.
Well, it's got the 2009 Lionsgate packaging, but the 2002 disc is inside.
Yes, that's what they did. Because I don't like those terrible Lionsgate releases of Thomas. They're terrible of older releases. I like these older ones with Anchor Bay because I'm so nostalgic to Anchor Bay. But yeah, Let's Start Band also.
And also, this is the earliest tape to use the Sony Pictures Television logo after the Sesame Workshop logo. Even though the Columbia TriStar Television logo would appear again on the next two releases released after this one.
Yes, but I know like the 2003 releases after this one, they still show the Columbia TriStar logo. Yeah, because those ones, they were the last ones in 2003. The last 2003 to use that logo. But yeah, and also like I know like how like they use this one song to help the kids not be so bored. Sam and there's his sister Jennifer. Nina teaches them to do doodly do if they're sitting there bored and complaining that they're bored. Doodly do is so catchy.
If you guys weren't aware, I actually made a fan made online radio station that contains called PBS Kids Radio that contains some of those Dragon Tales songs, but also contains some Sesame Street songs as well.
Yeah. You're just talking to your friends. I'm just holding the DVD because I want to show you Let's Start Band because I know you don't have this DVD yet. Still don't have it yet. But I still own an auction on eBay brand new. And I know I can't send you. I know you can probably get that other DVD of Dragon Tales, but yeah. Let's Start a Band. I definitely recommend this, but I know whenever I watch this special, I have to play it with music from Thomas or video games, just like I did with the another Dragon Tales DVD we're going to see later. But yeah, Let's Start a Band. I definitely recommend this if you want to see this in loving memory of to Nina Elias Fanberger. Is that correct?
Yes. That's how you pronounce the name.
And this was after all of Thomas season 6 stopped airing on television in the United States. I don't know which channel Thomas was put.
And this was shortly after Clifford the Big Red Dog stopped airing on PBS and airing new episodes as well.
Yes, because Clifford the Big Red Dog did not end. Well, didn't it end, or did they just not make any new episodes yet?
Well, the series ended in February 25th of 2003, but then John Ritter passed away in September of that year.
Yeah, but let's Start a Band. I definitely recommend this. I know you're trying to find this release. Yes. I mean, I know you're not going to probably find all the.
What I don't get though is that dragons don't even speak.
That's like how. Well, I'm trying to think. Like, there's one time, like I know, for a fact. Did you know that this also kind of reminds me, like, there's some episodes where Thomas does appear in some Thomas episodes, but he doesn't speak.
Well, do you mind if I should give you a little comparison here? Basically, that Dragon Tales DVD you're holding, Let's Start a Band, that kind of reminds me of...
Yes, I'm listening.
Reminds me of this Sesame Street one, a musical celebration.
Oh. But I did like how...
The cover is kind of similar to that in a way, except it's Sesame Street Muppets instead of dragons.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I get, yeah. Because...
And Ernie was silent in that special.
Well, the other ones did talk, yes. All the Sesame... I'm surprised Bert spoke in Musical Celebration, right? But Ernie didn't?
Bert didn't speak, but he sung.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, even if they sing, they don't even say words.
Only had one line at the beginning, but that was it.
Yeah, I know,
and
yes.
The only line he said was just a simple, yuck.
Yeah. But yeah, Let's Start a Band was released in April 2003 on the April 1st. So April Fool's Day 2003.
So that was actually 6 days before the 34th season of Sesame Street aired on television back on April 7th.
Yes. So about a few days after that. So, and this was after the Thomas released Hershey's Chocolate Crunch hit VHS and DVD. This was after, so because this is April Fool's Day 2003.
Yeah, just like how it was before, 6 days before the 34th season of Sesame Street premiered.
Yes. But yeah, Let's Start a Band. I say give this release a try. I mean, if you want to see this character, Nina.
I think it might have aired on television earlier in 2003 or something. It might have been January, but...
Yeah. But yeah, let's get to the next Sony DVD of 2003. It's going to be May. And I know you guys showed me because I don't have it.
So be prepared, because after this one, you can show off the Dragon Tales DVD from July of 2003.
Okay, let's see what the we'll see what the JJ the Jet Plane released. This one of May 2003.
It's Good Friends Forever.
Released sometime in May of 2003.
Released on May 13th, 2003.
Okay, so I think it was after a certain amount of time after one of those things were released. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other things that released in that one. Because, well, yeah, May 2003. Like, I know, like, every time we say May on the 4th day of May, I like to say May the 4th be with you because that's Star Wars Day. Which I know you don't have Star Wars on DVD at all.
Well, I have watched a couple of Star Wars ones on
Just
DVD
not the
at the library before.
Just not the sequel trilogy that was owned by Disney, right? Even though all Star Wars episodes are owned by Disney.
Ones by 20th Century Fox were the ones that I've watched.
Well, the prequels are also by 20th Century Fox, but I think Lucasfilm Ltd. also co-produced them.
But apparently Clone Wars is made by Warner Brothers instead of 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, let's see what episodes are on this J.J. the Jet Plane
They
DVD
are
from
Grumpy O'Malley, The Great Terrytown Blackout, Catch the Buzz, Reverend Evans Day, and Missing You.
Missing You.
And also on the VHS release, the episodes play out of order, but this is fixed on the DVD release.
Yeah, I like to have no errors on this. Like the DVD, if I got this DVD, I would want this to have better because I don't want any errors.
They fixed all the errors on this DVD, unlike the VHS, which the errors were intact.
Yeah, and also since this is J.J. the Jet Plane related, you know there was a J.J. the Jet Plane release on VHS I used to have as a kid. It had a yellow background and it had these three characters. I can't remember what the release is called, but at this episode where JJ and Tracy and Snuffy got new wheels. I honestly don't know what it's called because it has a yellow border and has a nighttime background and has JJ and
I believe it's called Taking Care of You.
Taking Care of You? Because as the guy, the big jet guy, I can't because
Jake.
Big Jake?
Big Jake is the name of the big guy.
Big Jake and JJ and Tracy on the front of this one Taking Care of You where it has the JJ's New Wheels episode. But I don't think it's on this DVD.
No, it's not.
Okay, because I don't know if there was a DVD they ever released that has the episode JJ's New Wheels.
No, they didn't really release that one on DVD.
Or what about the one where this helicopter lady eats too many donuts?
Or Herky is actually a boy's name.
Herky, the helicopter's.
He eats too many donuts.
Yeah, and he falls on his. I think he falls upside down or on his side.
Apparently, did you know that JJ the Jet Plane was kind of like VeggieTales in a way because it was originally a Christian show?
It looks kind of Christian, but it looks at least as someone that they use this person to help out when something's wrong. Well,
they edited out the religious references on PBS airings.
Well, yes. Yeah. Pardon me. Anyway, yeah, there's...
This disc is it's colored.
Oh, it's colored. Usually it's going to be black and white color because you know how like this one, when we looked, I showed my copy of Thomas Magic Railroad back in part 1, minus a shiny thing on the disc. My full screen DVD of Thomas Magic Railroad, it has a shiny thing, but yours doesn't.
There's some copies of Adventures in Dragonland that just have a plain looking disc while others are shiny, or do you think all copies of Adventures in Dragonland have a shiny disc?
I'm honestly not sure. I think I'm going to have to look on some listings on eBay again. But yeah, JJ the Jet Plane, the Good Friends Forever, yeah.
And this DVD also doesn't have a PBS Kids ident at the end.
Yeah, what a dang shame.
Releases from only the 2002 releases have them, but the 2003 and onwards ones didn't.
What a dang shame, because I know on Dragon Tales ones they always kept the ident of Dash or Dot, the girl running up to the screen at the end. Even though they could have just used the Dash one.
But on the Arthur ones, they changed the PBS Kids idents around on some releases, which I like.
Because I know Arthur is, even though this is also Sony related, because Arthur DVDs by Sony Wonder might be included in this collection, but if not, that's fine.
Well, both of them are Sony, but a different part of Sony. I believe Sony Wonder may be the sister company of Columbia TriStar or something, so...
Yeah, Biomass, yeah. That's the end of, that's it for the,
That was
no.
the last JG the Jet Plane DVD I own for the Columbia TriStar Collection. Even though there are JG releases from 2005, but
I know you don't have them yet. But yeah, let's get to the next Dragon Tales release, and it's from July of 2003.
July
First one,
29th, the day after I turned 3 years old.
yes, so I could have just gotten this as a late birthday present. We can work it out. 2003 DVD.
I could have gotten it around Christmas of 2003 as a Christmas present, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's what you should have. I know you should have just asked Mom, Dad, may I have this Dragon Tales DVD for Christmas? And they said, sure, son. I would have done the same thing. I was 5 before this DVD came out, and I could have just gotten it for Christmas. You know, I could have just gotten Let's Start a Band and Easy's 1, 2, 3 for my birthday in June 2003, because, you know, they came out before my birthday. Easy's 1, 2, 3 and Let's Start a Band. And yes, we can work it out as first one to have all season 2 episodes. And yes, Max does not change his voice.
All season 2 episodes. Max keeps his voice from season 1 the same.
Yes, and also, yes.
Unlike season 3, where his voice matures a bit.
Yes, and this episode fan-made art that they're using from this one is from Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. And, oh, shoot. Spine. Finn. Hello, Finn, my favorite baby dragon.
The cover for the complete first season would have a picture of Kiki on the spine.
Well, if they made one, which you'll see why. And yes, this one has a different dragon crying in each of the 5 episodes, but the other 3, nobody cries.
Cassie cries in Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon, or cries in Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, but the other 3 episodes don't have a character crying.
Yes, we're only talking about the ones with the main dragons, if they cry or not. But this one, yes, they have different ones with one of the main dragons crying. This one with Cassie and this one with Ord. And also, like,
well, Let's Share, Let's Play is the only DVD to have an episode with Zack crying in Dragon Tales.
Yes, but
Bug was scared away by Wheezy.
Thanks to Wheezy's racket. What a silly idea. But yeah, Cassie the Grand Dragon. I know you did the impression of Cassie crying in that episode, right? I'm not good at.
It's so hard to make it.
And then I can do, hey, I got all the way up to 20, but no one was watching me.
Hey, I got all the way up to 20, but no one was watching me.
You were all watching Finn.
You were all watching Finn.
We're sorry, Cassie.
I can do a dramatic Ord impression from Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. It's ruined. This is the worst day of my life. Now I have nothing to show my mommy.
Oh, brother! Why don't you just make another, what do you call it? And then the ending portion of Breaking Up Is Hard to Do when Max wants the last juice box in the fridge. I don't know how that ends.
Like, hey, wait for me.
Or he goes, Max! And then they laugh and the episode ends. But yes, of course, remember the Pillow Fort, and yes, I can also do this one. Purple's cool! Red is better! What are you yelling about? Max and I are having a fight!
Do Emmy and Cassie fight in that episode as well?
Yes, I told you before, they do fight for just a tiny bit when Cassie yells out, I'm not wrong! Wait! Why are we fighting?
Well,
let's go back and play hospital.
If Zack and Wheezy fight in that episode too.
We had too much fighting chaos, but luckily Ort and Max do it a lot. Emmy and Cassie only do it for a brief moment, but Zack and Wheezy thinks it's brilliant for their fighting to help them with their music lesson for their thing to give out at school tomorrow. At their school day tomorrow. But yes, we can work it out. And also, this is the last Dragon Tales DVD. Well, I know it's the second to last release to list the episodes on the front and on the back.
Last DVD to have absolutely no previews at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you've seen Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon before, right?
Well, online I might have, but not on television. Probably not on television.
Yeah, you like when it first premiered, it was after my birthday in 2001. Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon. It aired after I was 3. And I know you were just about to...
Do you think you saw the dot ident at the end of this one on television airings?
I think I might have. Because, the sister episode is Something's Missing, which is going to be for later. But yes, we can work it out. And also after the end credits, they show the website bumper after the credits, unlike the ones where they show the website bumper before the credits.
What if there was a release from early 2001 that had the season 1 website bumper come after the credits, but then had the CTW logo instead of the Sesame Workshop logo?
That would be cool. We could have 2 Dragon Tales official episodic releases to have the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the words "Play It Smart" at the bottom. That would be so cool that I could just do a read on saying 2 Dragon Tales DVDs to show this Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo from 1997 with "Play It Smart" at the bottom. Oh yeah, we can work.
Well, the Play It Smart variant, although the CTW semicircle logo was used beginning in 1997, it wouldn't be until 1998 where the Play It Smart variant would be used.
Okay, so from 1997 they didn't show the words "Play It Smart" on the Children's Television Workshop logo.
To be honest, I like the semicircle logo a lot better than the cheesy 83 Sparks logo, or the Spark writes the words Children's Television Workshop with those creepy sound effects.
But I know the Sony Wonder logo doesn't creep you out, because this is also Sony talking related Sony, right? I know you don't mind the Sony Wonder logo, right?
Yeah, I find the Sony Wonder logo from 1995 pretty peaceful, the music and everything.
Yeah, but yeah, we can work it out. Is that I recommend this DVD. I saw this on eBay with Our Amazing Pets, which I might get it, because then if we have to show the Dragon Tales DVDs, then we can show them all in chronological order from Adventures in Dragonland to Our Amazing Pets.
Do you have that one yet or not?
No. Well, when we get to another edition, like just Dragon Tales, I will show Our Amazing Pets.
What would you like the second release with the Children's Television Workshop logo to be called?
Like the More Adventures in Dragonland, or just Further Adventures?
I would say, Doctors, Bicycles, and More.
Oh, okay. That'd be kind of cool. But yes, this release. Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it would be like, oh, what if there was one called Try Something New? That could be the first one where we get a cool school on a DVD release before being on VHS instead of after.
Well, that'd be kind of cool. But yes.
And I was thinking the episodes could be A Liking to Biking, Calling Dr. Zack, The Big Sleepover, A Feet on Her Feet, and then A Cool School being the last episode.
And also, yeah. Yes, we can work it out, released.
And what if we added the dash ident on that one instead of the dot one?
Very good, I might add. We could have at least one with dot. Or no, with dash thinking. Yes, we know how the logo for dash goes. Da-na-na-na, doink, PBS Kids.
That one will use the dash ident for sure.
Yes, and also, like I said, this was released after the Thomas release. James and the Red Balloon hit VHS and DVD. And actually a month after Wiggles Space Dancing hit VHS and DVD.
All right. So, next up, we get into a release from August of 2003, and this is a film.
Yep, here it is. It's Anger Management. It was released earlier, before, around the same time. Let's Start a Band hit VHS and DVD, but this film hit DVD and VHS in August 2003. It's Anger Management.
Oh, do you know what date?
It said August 2003 on VHS and DVD. I looked it up on Google.
I have a DVD from August 2003 as well, but this one came out August 26th.
I think this one was the same time, so I guess... Which one do you want to show?
Look up the release date.
Okay, because I think if I got this date wrong, you may have to show yours first, and then I'll show Anger Management. Let me see. I looked it up before
It says
joining.
September 16th, 2003.
Oh, for anger management? Okay. So I think you have to show yours first.
So this one came out on August 26th of 2003, and that one is called Bingo.
Bingo? Dog film. Yes, I kind of like dogs, but I mean, I don't mind them in movies, but I just don't like owning a dog in my possession in my apartment. Because I know you...
The coolest circus pup in town. He's every family's best friend. This film is from 1991.
But the DVD is from 2003, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the film I've not tried yet, but I heard some good things about it. I mean, it's a dog film, and I like films with dogs.
And it says, sophisticated enough for adults, charming enough for kids, and wacky enough for everyone.
Yep.
This DVD has no previews at the beginning.
No. Because I know that's from August. Yeah. And I know I forgot to actually tell you this. Also, Daddy Daycare was in 2003 on DVD, but I unfortunately don't have the DVD of Daddy Daycare to show you.
That one was also released by Columbia TriStar. But is Daddy Daycare a Columbia Pictures or TriStar Pictures film?
Columbia Pictures. Just Columbia Pictures.
Yeah, Bingo is a TriStar Pictures film.
Yeah, Yeah. So like I said, I haven't seen Bingo, so I don't know my thoughts on it. But if you find it good, that's cool.
89 minutes is the running time for this film.
Whoa.
Huh?
Whoa, something glitched out on me. I wasn't even doing anything. But yeah, there's the disc for Bingo.
It's got a nice, colorful disc as well. I like that Dragon Tales one you showed.
Well, yeah, it did have artwork on the disc. It did have full color artwork. The Dragon Tales, we can work it out. But yeah, now let me show you the Adam Sandler film that released on September.
Before you show the Dragon Tales one, I have one release from November 2003 to show before it.
Well, actually, we got to show the September 2003 release, Anger Management, with Adam Sandler, and because this is released.
Is that a Columbia Pictures film?
I think it is. I think it is just Columbia Pictures, despite Columbia TriStar on the back. It's just Columbia Pictures. It's Columbia Pictures. It says so on the spine. I know you can tell this is widescreen. I found it's the red bar.
I believe there's a full screen edition in a blue box as well.
Yes, I saw that at Goodwill, but I decided for the widescreen version because I like widescreen over full screen, and I don't like. Even though they could have just released this on one single DVD, but put it on a flipper disc, like they did with Muppets.
TriStar releases from the late '90s to like early 2000s.
Yeah, I don't know why they did this. Whether you have to select either widescreen or choose your widescreen or full screen format choice.
Have you ever heard of? There's a film called Something's Gotta Give, which is a Columbia Pictures film co-produced with Warner Brothers Pictures that Columbia TriStar put out on DVD.
Yeah, and also how Adam Sandler playing this character, he goes to court every time he causes these accidents. The first one he goes to court when he tackled the flight attendant.
Does he get arrested?
No, he goes to court. And did you know, some people say that this was dedicated to the memory of one of these actresses who passed away, the one who plays the judge? She passed away. I don't know the actress who plays the Mistress Judge. I don't know. Because I've watched this film a few times. But yeah, there's the disc for management. It's got the cat on there.
Kitty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the guy. We know what it looks like. But, yeah, the disc. Yeah. Yeah, these are the only two Adam Sandler films I can show on TV for now for this part of the stream. Because I know I do have Spanglish, which I forgot to grab. But that's from 2005, so I'll see if I can go grab it quickly once we get to 2005 releases.
Do you know what month in 2005 it came out? Around April?
Well, the film is from late 2004, but it came out in the start of 2005 on DVD. The Spanglish drama/comedy movie with Adam Sandler.
It has the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo at the beginning.
Okay, because I think I might as well. When we get to the 2005 releases, I'll go get Spanglish really quick. This is what I'll do. So yeah.
Now we're going into my last DVD from 2003 before we get to your last one.
Yep. Let's look at it, and let's see if it's a kid's show or movie, or it doesn't matter what it is. We'll see.
It is actually a 2003 DVD release of Peter and the Wolf, which is a new film classic starring characters created by Chuck Jones, the creator of the Looney Tunes cartoons.
Oh my god, I've never seen that film. Did this film come out in the 2000s, or was it just way before it hit DVD?
It was a 1995 TV special, I believe.
Okay, but this DVD's from 2003, obviously.
From November 2003.
Okay, so...
Emmy Award winner featuring the spectacular music of Sergei Prokofiev, whatever you want to call him.
And you said, like, this was from October 2003? And
November 2003.
Okay, so after Thomas' Snowy Surprise and Best of Gordon hit VHS and DVD, even though Best of Gordon said it was originally released in December 2003 on VHS and DVD?
It's fine, and Chuck Jones worked on Looney Tunes, but Looney Tunes was made by Warner Brothers, and surely you would not expect a Chuck Jones special to be released by Columbia TriStar.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I don't know anything about this film. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know my thoughts about it or if I like it or not.
Animated and live-action tale that's a musical adventure. I've actually gone out to see a musical called Peter and the Wolf.
Oh, you've seen a musical of it?
Like after I got the CBD.
Wow. I know, like I told you, yes, I saw a Lion King Broadway musical one Christmas.
Running time for this is 49 minutes, so it's pretty short.
I know that's not long of a film. It's just a TV special, yeah.
And apparently, when I checked this DVD, when I looked at the Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer, it showed the 2008 version of the trailer.
Huh? That's weird. I mean, it still showed Dragon Tales in it, right?
Yes, it did. But it also showed Holly Hobby and Friends, Stuart Little, the animated series, and Berenstain Bears and stuff.
The 2002 version of Berenstain Bears, not the 80s version.
Yeah, the early 2000s version of Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
Although Sony Pictures Home Entertainment began releasing the 80s Berenstain Bears and the 2000s Berenstain Bears at the same time back in, 2008.
Well, yes, but I know that in 2001, which I know that one Bear in the Big Blue House VHS did have the Berenstain Bears, the 80s videos trailer in that one. Because I know that for a fact. I know the 2000s version of Berenstain Bears was still airing on TV.
It's a 2008 reprint of this, but as you could tell, 2008 or 2009 reprint of this, but they didn't even update the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the spine, back cover, or disc art, despite being reprinted.
You know, that's like it also reminds me when I got this copy of Falling Legends from Disc Replay a long time ago, back in high school. I thought I was going to get the originals back and I was going to jump for joy, but then when I popped it in, it was a 2009 reprint, despite it was the original disc art of Falling Legends. And I got so mad.
I would be like, what is going on?
Like, what is this? That's not the original Hit Entertainment version. That's the Lionsgate version. But this is the original disc. I don't know. Maybe someone swapped it. I don't know. But yeah, let's get... Oh yeah, we got to look at this DVD one more time. The Wolves, whatever you call it, DVD. Or we can go to the next release now. Yep, we're done with that.
I'm having is from 2004, but you can show your Dragon Tales one from December 2003 before this.
Yes, we can solve it together. I'm showing this in the collection stream finally. Yep, it's the last release of 2003, but despite it's the last release from 2003, and it's the last one to list the episodes on both the front and the back. It's the first one to have trailers at the beginning.
And it's also and you forgot to mention this, but it's also the last one to use the Columbia TriStar television logo before.
Oh yes, and the last one to use the Columbia TriStar television logo at the end of the program. But yes, we can All Together is released December 2nd, 2003. Yes, about a week before Leapfrog, Letter Factory, and Talking Words Factory released on both VHS and DVD. But I know you don't have those Leapfrog releases on video either.
No, what I can imagine what it would be like if Columbia TriStar made Leapfrog DVDs from like 2000 until late 2003.
Like ones based off the books until 2003?
Yeah, with the animation style as the LeapPad books.
Yes, without using their cell animated teeth, like they do in the 2003 to 2007 versions.
Yeah,
we only talk about
the cell animated teeth.
Yeah, I talk about the 2003 through 2007 ones. We don't talk about the 2009 through modern versions because they're terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, yeah.
Imagine the ones released from 2000 to 2002 would be from 2000 to 2003 to be released by Columbia TriStar with Porchlight Entertainment and Sesame Workshop.
Yep, there's the spine with Cassie, different pose from the Yes We Can DVD. And yep.
I don't think any of the characters cry in this episode.
No. Even if Mungus cries in Just Desserts, that still doesn't count, right?
That counts as a minor Dragon Tales character.
Well, yes, minor ones, because Mungus, the Giant of Nod, or even Quetzal.
I can imagine what it would be like if there was an episode where it's the first time you see the Giant of Nod crying.
Well, we did that before. We did a fan-made one of when they had to attend it's a pretend funeral it's a fan-made Quetzal's grandmother passed away thing. We did that on the part 3 of Guess the Voice impressions. But yeah, yes, there's the episodes. They are the Shape of Things to Come, Puzzlewood, Very Buried, The Serpent's Trail, and Just Desserts. And yes, like I said, Very Buried. I was thinking Ord was going to cry in that episode, but he didn't. He just wails worried. He says, but I have to get out! It's dark in here and I'm scared!
And, for some reason, Artisans apparently released some TriStar films sometimes instead of Columbia TriStar.
Yeah. Yeah, and also there was a film we never showed either in the 1998 through 2002 releases. That being The Trump of the Swan, which I don't have that on VHS nor DVD yet. Despite it came out in 2001 on DVD, but it was a 2000 film.
The trailer for it was shown first in a 2000 DVD of Stuart Little, released in April 2000. So it might have been produced around 1999 before it was airing, or something, before it came to video.
Because I know it was also on the Thomas and the Magic Railroad VHS. Well, it's on all versions of Magic Railroad on VHS. And also, did you know which Dragon Tales VHS was the last to feature the Trump of the Swan trailer, despite it was already out on video?
I believe it was Let's Be Friends, A School is Cool, and Doing the Right Thing.
I think the 2002 releases also show them. The 2002 VHS tape at the beginning showed that preview as well.
And 3 Dragon Tales releases to contain the Trumpet of the Swan trailer have the Children's Television Workshop logo after the Dragon Tales program is over. Those being Follow the Clues, Keep on Trying, and Let's Play Together. I have Follow the Clues and Keep on Trying, but I don't have We Can Solve It Together. The reason why I didn't get it is because we already own 2 out of the 3 episodes on the DVD of Let's Share, Let's Play.
Well, I know that, but you just don't have We Can Solve It Together because this has episodes from season 2. And also, like, yes, this edit picture from this one when they're in front of Crystal Caves is from The Shape of Things to Come, which
the artwork, it looks very identical to the front cover of Easiest 1, 2, 3 in a way, because of Ord being on the left side, with Max and Emmy being next to each other, Cassie being on the right, and then Zack and Wheezy being above her.
Yes, and also like this one of their poses is on the back cover of the 2009 Our Amazing Pets DVD, which like I mentioned before, I don't have it yet, but I will get it soon. Because I know I don't want to send you the 2003 DVD to work it out, and I can keep the Amazing Pets DVD for myself. Because that wouldn't work at all. But yes. But yeah. And also Finn is in The Shape of Things to Come, but he only appears for like one scene. I wish Sony Pictures would release Dragon Tales DVDs in 2007 and 2008 as well. They could have just added more of season 3 and maybe some season 1 and 2 episodes. But yeah, and also
maybe they could release the complete second and third seasons on DVD in like at the very end of 2006.
Yeah. And also like also in Very Berry, yes, it reminds me of like it's like Cord is stuck in the hole, like Winnie the Pooh is stuck in a hole in Winnie the Pooh films.
Like, oh, it's no use. I'm stuck.
You did the Jim Cummings impression of Winnie the Pooh, right?
Well, it all comes from not having front doors big enough.
Whose impression was that? Pooh's or Rabbit's?
No, that was Winnie the Pooh being stuck. That was my take on the Sterling Holloway impression of Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. Yes. And also, yes, I know you don't have this release on VHS nor DVD yet.
What if there was a season 4 episode called Ord Gets Stuck, except instead of Pooh eating too much honey, it's Ord eating too much dragon berries?
Well, even though we already did an episode of this where Ord still got stuck because he got stuck after.
And then maybe instead of Rabbit, it's Zack and Wheezy inviting them.
Well, yes, but I don't know how they would do that. But yeah, we can solve it together.
Instead of Christopher Robin coming to the rescue, it could be Emmy and Maxon and Cassie.
Yes. And also,
Enrique.
yes, we can solve it together. I say give this release a try. And like I said, none of the main dragons cry in any of these 5 episodes. Even like if one of the minor ones does cry, it's still, I guess it's close to a 10 out of 10. But yeah, I recommend giving this a try. Solve it together.
8 out of 10. For this.
Yeah. Even though none of the main dragons cry in these episodes, which is good.
All right. Next up, I'm going into 2 releases from January 2004, but one of them is a 2005 reprint, and the other is the original 2004.
Yeah.
So
Just hold this.
what I'm gonna
I'm listening.
Is an original 2004 DVD release.
Okay, but you said one of them was a 2005 reprint, but we'll see what this one is.
This is an original 2004 special anniversary edition DVD release of Annie, the original 1982 version of Annie.
Okay, good. Not the version from Disney, which is awful.
With Albert Finney, Carol Burnett, Bernadette
Excuse me.
Peters, Anne Rankin, and Tim Curry.
Okay, well, at least it has some actors I like. I mean, I like the actors in real life, don't get me wrong.
Tim Curry was also in Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas as well.
Who did Tim Curry voice in?
Forte, the evil pipe organ.
Oh, that's right, because I watched Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas on VHS before. But yeah, there's that original version of Annie, but this is just a DVD version.
Big, colorful, with high-spirited performances, and take home America's favorite orphan in the original movie classic. This was one of my mom's favorite films.
Like, I think your mom and dad were probably an adult by the time that film came out.
Well, actually, my mom was born in 1975, and my dad was born in 1972.
Okay, so well, I think your dad watched it when it eventually came out, but I know your mom waited eventually to watch it. But yeah, yes, there's the original version of Annie. It's a
Columbia Pictures film from 1982, even though it says 1981 for some reason.
What a mess up there. What the heck, Sony?
Not only that, but they messed up the copyright date for when the DVD was released. Although it was released in January 2004, it says 2003.
Oh, yeah, just like how, yes, I mentioned this, I'll say this again, like on Thompson's Friends Help Out DVD, they some reason put 2002, but it's from February of 03.
And for this DVD, it says 2003, but it came out in January of 04.
Also, like, you know how, well, it's for something else.
And It is 127 minutes.
Wow, it's over a little bit over 2 hours for that film. Because I know the famous Annie song, "It's the Hard Knock Life for Us."
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, "It's the hard knock life for us." Yeah.
Eileen Quinn was the voice of Annie in this film.
Yeah.
And here's the disc for Annie's Special Anniversary Edition. It has nice, colorful artwork. They don't use shiny discs anymore beginning in 2003.
Yeah. Even though Dragon Tales Easy's 1, 2, 3 still has shiny artwork on the disc, despite it was a very early 2003 DVD.
Well, beginning in the spring of 2003, they probably stopped using it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. I'm watching it. I'm making sure nothing happens. Well, nothing happens to any of us. Yeah. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm just waiting for you to get the next release, and we'll get on to another kind of release that I would like to show.
All right.
Okay, let's see what the next...
This next one is a 2005 reprint that was originally released in January 2004 as well, the same day.
I see what the movie is. Matilda.
And it's a 1996 TriStar Pictures film.
And you know, like how, yes, like I told you yesterday, Flicka, like when we explained how when you were born in the year 2000, you had trouble breathing. Eventually started breathing a few minutes after you were born. Did you know that when Matilda was born, she couldn't even breathe. She didn't even do anything at all. She could still be mindful despite she was a baby, but then she grew into a young child, thinking she could still use minds to blow people's minds or use her minds to help out other people.
Yeah, it's got Danny DeVito, Rhea Perlman, Embeth Davids, Pam Ferris, and Mara Wilson, who was also a voice actress who starred in Thomas and the Magic Railroad around 4 years later.
I know Matilda released in summer of 96 originally, right?
Yeah, and it came out in December of 1996 on VHS.
Just not DVD yet.
Not DVD yet until 1997.
Okay, but despite the film is from summer of 96, but they didn't make the DVD until 97, which is strange.
Even though it was released on VHS in 1996.
Yes. And of course, I know some of the funny lines in Matilda, and I know like this one lady that, I think it's Miss Sunshine, right, who adopts Matilda at the very end.
It says, incredibly fun, a great movie for all ages, says Leo Kunomis of KASFL.
I know you said that. I know you said Leo, but that's okay. Let's just keep going. I know it says Leo, but I don't care because it's a different Leo person. So I'm not complaining there. So let's just go and keep talking about the rest of...
Also...
Uh-huh.
The way you could tell it's a 2005 reprint is because it has the Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo on the back.
Yeah.
98 minutes, it says. This was based off of the book by Roald Dahl.
You know who made Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Except Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was originally a Paramount film that Warner Brothers got the rights to release later.
Well, I think Warner Brothers owns Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory film.
Well, Warner Brothers re-released it in theaters, though.
Oh, so I think like originally Paramount did release it in theaters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I know like the film itself on DVD, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, along with its other adaptations like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the Tom and Jerry version, they're all by Warner Brothers on physical media. But yeah.
And as for James and the Giant Peach, that was a film based off of a book by Roald Dahl, but it was released by Disney.
Because it's a mixture of live-action people, but uses some stop-motion animation. But yeah, there's Matilda right there. I know it's different from...
It has the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the disc. intact, despite the Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo being on the back.
Yeah, and I know Matilda, yes, I did remember watching the ending scene on YouTube so many times, like, I think it's Miss Honey, not Miss Sunshine, it's Miss Honey adopts Matilda. And she becomes Matilda's new mother. I just love that sweet ending.
Did you just not like how badly they treated Matilda in the film, like the parents and the teachers?
Well, aside from Miss Honey, who likes Matilda, especially like Matilda's brother as well. It's like Matilda's harsh father works for a car company, and like he doesn't want Matilda reading books except watch TV. Even though when I was a baby, they wanted me. When I was 2, they wanted me to try reading before watching stuff on TV.
And also, I can imagine if they actually made a TV series based off of the film with Andrea Libman playing the role of Matilda.
Yes, Emmy's voice actress, Andrea Libman.
And with Muppets in it, too.
That'd be so cool. But yeah, there's Matilda on DVD from, it's a 2005 reprint, but it was originally on, that's an 2004 DVD release.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get to the next release. Well, luckily
it's from April 2004.
Okay, the Dragon Tales one is not for a while. The first one, 2004, the Dragon Tales one. The one of 2004, that's not so much.
We'll show the Dragon Tales one after the one released in April 2004.
Okay, let's get to the April 4 release. This one is, let's see. Oh, it's a Dr. Seuss. I see the Cat in the Hat's face.
Yeah, it's the Wubbulous world of Dr. Seuss, the Cat's Adventures, which I'm surprised they actually made a Muppet version of a Dr. Seuss.
Well, they can try it with other things, like they did with Sesame Street and other Muppets films. There's nothing wrong with like a Muppet version of Cat in the Hat for Dr. Seuss. And yeah, you said the release date April 2004?
April 6th of 2004.
Okay, so a while after New Friends for Thomas hit both
and it was also the same day that Sony Wonder released a Sesame Street release called What's the Name of That Song?
Wow, same time as this Dr. Seuss releases that Sesame Street saying what's the name of that song. But yeah. I know this was after Thomas New Friends for Thomas hit VHS and DVD at the same time, because it was March 16th
and
of 04.
For the New Friends for Thomas DVD, that was released on the same day The Cat in the Hat was released on VHS and DVD by Universal. And also the same day Warner Brothers released the complete first season of The Flintstones on DVD as well.
Wow. I could have gotten all those for my birthday. Oh yeah, there's the spine right there. It's purple. I can see the purple.
Well, yeah.
I also say this because
purple.
I mean, I can also say this because this is also related, but it's Dr. Seuss related. As long as I see something that's Dr. Seuss.
The screenshots are wrong.
Oh, it's like those Shine Time Station releases. They don't put the right pictures, but they use the right one for the Thomas episode on the Shine Time Station episode.
It's got the Cat in the Hat's first day. The screenshot is from the Cat in the Hat cleans up his act, however.
Oh my god. It's like on these two pictures of the Shine Time Station, The Boy from Mr. Conductor VHS. I don't think the two pictures are right, but the picture from Thomas is correct. Even though the picture of Duck and Oliver on The Boy from Mr. Conductor VHS is different from the one in the actual episode when Oliver comes up to Duck when he's no longer laughing.
And then as for the Cat in the Hat's Flower Power, the screenshot is from the episode The Cat in the Hat's Indoor Picnic.
They need to fix, seriously, Sony. I don't know why they did that.
And then as for, the people you'll meet, the picture, the screenshot is from the episode The Cat in the Hat's big birthday surprise.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't fix that. It's like on some of these Thomas CDs, they put...
At least all 3 episodes are on a DVD called The Cat's Playhouse that was released in October 2003, which I used to have, but I don't anymore.
I know. What color was that cover?
Direct screenshots on that one, but they didn't fix it on this one.
Like, what was the color on that other Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss release from October of 03, which was before the Dragon...
It was blue.
Okay.
and the Cat in the Hat was on the right instead of on the left.
That's like, it's almost like the reminiscent of the Cat in the Hat live action film from 2003 with Mike Myers playing the cat. But it released on DVD in 2004.
Yeah. And
excuse me.
running time 72 minutes.
Okay, that at least it's a good time. But yeah,
And also, if you want to notice, Oh the People You'll Meet is from season 1, while the Cat in the Hat's First Birthday and the Cat in the Hat's Flower Power are from season 2, which take place at the Playhouse.
Yeah, I do admire the ones with the Playhouse. But I said I haven't watched that series. Excuse me, as a kid, the Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss. I'll say this is.
You want to know who voiced the Cat in the Hat in the second season? Martin P. Robinson, who was the voice of Telly Monster and Mr. Snuffleupagus on Sesame Street.
Oh, wow. And also, I'll say this really quickly since this is Dr. Seuss related. But even though this is Sony, I'll just say this is Dr. Seuss related. I used to have the Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham and Other Stories sing-along and other stories on VHS from 97. That one I liked.
I can imagine what it would be like if they made that Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss series in the 80s. And you know which Muppeteer I would pick instead of Martin P. Robinson if the series came out in the 80s? Instead of Martin P. Robinson, I would have Jim Henson voice the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, it's because if it did in the 80s before Jim Henson passed away. And like, you know how in the speeches...
it would be like, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss. I am the Cat in the Hat.
But I like how in the portions where they introduce the Dr. Seuss ones, the Cat in the Hat loves to sing in these portions. Like, one example is the Green Eggs and Ham one. He goes, oh, I really think every now and then, and the glorious fruit of the noble hen. Eggs, E-double-G-S, eggs. What? I know what it goes.
I have some more Dr. Seuss DVDs. The Wubbulous World ones are by Columbia TriStar. I also have the Best of Dr. Seuss, which Warner Brothers released, along with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is a Warner Brothers DVD. And they have a couple of Universal films, The Cat in the Hat and the Lorax 2012 version. And Horton Hears the Who, which is by 20th Century Fox.
Okay, now let's get to the next release of 2004.
And it was released on May 25th.
Yes, the same day as Blue's Clues Blue Talks on VHS and DVD, Whenever I'm Afraid, and also a week after Thomas Stevie's vs. Diesels hit VHS and DVD. I could have gotten all three of these things for my birthday. Because, well, this was May 2004, that was before my birthday. I could just ask my mom to get this for my birthday.
All right, and
oh yeah,
you won't believe.
Yes, I'm sure too. I got
send you a link to something, but Jeremy Barton told me that he has actually seen a rare program break with a rare version of the season 3 funding of Dragon Tales that was taken from the episodes Just the Two of Us and Cowboy Max.
Yeah, I'll give that a try later. I'll check it out later. By the way, there's Whenever I'm Afraid.
It says, helping your child cope with fears.
But I don't know why on the VHS. Why did they use the picture of Ord, Cassie, and Max on the VHS when Make No Mistake was not even on the VHS? I was like, what?
Maybe you should replace that image on the VHS with a picture of Zack and Wheezy and the other dragons being at the amusement park from Try It You'll Like It on the VHS.
Yeah, so the kids would say, oh, this is cool. Maybe this is going to be one of these episodes. But yeah, here's the spine, which has Max, which is the same one as on Let's...
The same one as Let's Share, Let's Play, but it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's kind of smaller on Let's Share, Let's Play. And also, yes, these poses of Max and Emmy put the dragon scales with the dragons on their playroom wall, when they use the rhyme. It's like, they separate them on Experience New Things 2006 DVD. Yeah, I know yours has writing, but that's okay. I'm not bothered by it. I know you just got it as it was the previous owner that had it. But yes,
no, I actually took the case out of a Thomas DVD and put it onto this one.
Oh, what was the Thomas DVD? It was.
I think it might have been. It might have been Percy's Chocolate Crunch or something, but.
Okay, because I know you don't have Percy's Chocolate Crunch yet, but yeah, and yes,
I do have Percy's Chocolate Crunch, but it's a slim case version of it, but it's in a thick case instead of a thin case.
Okay, but yes, these poses of Max and Emmy are also on the Experience New Things 2006 DVD disc, which we'll get to later on in the collection. And of course, yes, there's... And also, yes, they do not list the episodes on the front. This is the first one to not list the episodes on the front, and they're out of order for some dumb reason. I don't know why it's listed. I Believe in Me, Make No Mistake.
This is also the case with the Believe in Yourself DVD release.
Well, not actually true, because if you watch the program, yes, Have No Fear is first. If you watch it, if I watch this, I will know it goes, Have No Fear, I Believe in Me, Cowboy Max, Try It, You Like It, and then it's Make No Mistake.
But in the credits, it says Make No Mistakes.
Like when the credits play, like when you get to the thumbnail for the last episode, Make No Mistake, they actually put an S. Yeah. That's like on the Thomas episode, Faulty Whistles. They actually did not put the S after the E in whistle, but on the actual program, you can see the S after the E in Faulty Whistles. But yeah.
And now, the screenshots of Cassie and Ord would also be used again in the next DVD from 2004 of Dragon Tales.
But actually, before we get to the next Dragon Tales release, I gotta tell you, there's another Adam Sandler film that released in 2004 on VHS and DVD, and between these two, it would be June 2004, 51st Dates, which I unfortunately didn't bring with me, but I'll tell you that released June of 2004. And this is from May 25th, 2004.
And you will not believe this, but they actually made a mistake after the program.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm listening. I was just getting the disc to show.
Mine does not have an insert.
Mine has it. It has, because I got this brand new off of eBay, and the seller said, no, it was for We Can Solve It Together. No returns accepted, but that's okay. This was in pre-owned condition. I was like, oh, the guide was in there when I looked at the pictures.
You won't believe this. Despite the last episode being Make No Mistake, and that's the one where Max makes mistakes while trying to rehearse for a play, the producers at Sony actually made a mistake themselves after the program.
Oh my god.
Because after the Sesame Workshop logo is shown on this one, the green roof and the greenhouse and the purple roof, it's got the Sony Pictures television logo, but it has the audio from the Columbia TriStar television logo playing over it.
Oh my god! See, just imagine if they played the Strain Home Video logo on Atomic VHS tape, but they actually used the Strain VCI logo's music instead.
Or
I don't know.
There was actually a prototype Strand Home Video logo that was just on a white background that was never used on a Thomas release. They could have used it on Trust Thomas, but they used a Strand VCI logo for some reason.
But I think there might have been a version of Trust Thomas, the original 1982 VHS, that has the Strain Home Video logo at the beginning, because I know some versions of Thomas Gets Spawned with the original 1992 VHS don't even have the logo at the beginning. It just goes straight to the Bird All copy.
I think there are copies of Trust Thomas that have the Strain Home Video logo.
Okay, despite it has the Strain Home Video logo on the packaging, but I know for a fact that
But there are some that have the Video Treasures logo at the beginning on later copies.
And Time Life.
And some that have the Silent Anchor Bay logo, just like the 2003 VHS.
Yes, because I know the 3 releases of 1998 by Anchor Bay on VHS of Thomas, Get Along, Tom's Goes to Breakfast, and Big Day for Thomas, they used the Anchor Bay logo with music and sound effects.
But then, beginning with Cranky Bugs, it was completely silent.
But they actually used it with sound effects and music at the end of the Cranky Bugs original sticker label version from 1999.
But at the beginning, it was silent, right?
Yes, because I know Cranky Bugs came out before 10 Years of Thomas and VHS. But yeah, whenever I'm afraid, give this release a try. Well, I mean, you've watched it before. I can't believe they made so many errors. There's actually not one error you told me. There's now 2. Not only with the episodes.
So, now that you mentioned it, you can say the 2 errors if you want.
Well, actually, I'll say the 3, because first, the episodes are listed out of order, even though Have No Fear is first. The Sony Pictures television logo has the audio from the Columbia TriStar television logo, and they put the S in the thumbnail picture for Make No Mistake, even though there's no S in the title. kind of like it's like, and like the Thomas episode Faulty Whistles, they didn't put the S after the E on the Percy Chocolate Crunch release. But yeah, whatever, I'm afraid. But I still recommend this release. It's got, and luckily nobody cries in these episodes. Thank goodness.
I thought Max was gonna cry in the episode. Make no mistake. When I
no, he just worries. And like, yeah, but you know the funniest one when Ord says,
"Well, say, yeah."
But Ord would say, "Well, that would be just cookie. I mean, that would be just great." Kind of like when Cookie Monsters.
They made an extended version of the scene where Cookie Monster came in and said, "Did somebody say cookie?"
But yeah, like I said, I'll just mention this again. 51st Dates released in June 2004 on VHS and DVD, but I didn't bring that with me. But at least I got to show you 2 of them, which is good. But yeah, let's get to the next one, which is one of my favorite.
Released on July 27th, 2004, the day before I turned 4 years old.
And it was also released the same day the Wiggles Woohoo Wiggly Gremlins released on VHS and DVD, and after Thomas and the Jet Engine released on DVD and VHS.
And it was also a week before Sony Wonder released the 35th anniversary special Elmo's World: The Street We Live on VHS and DVD back on August 3rd.
Yes, I remember this is one of my favorite Dragon Tales DVDs of all time.
When did you first get that DVD?
Well, I've got it from Goodwill, but the case broke when I moved to a new apartment, so I got this from the Daddy Daycare DVD, and it's in the same old DVD case I remember having before. But yeah, there's the profile picture of the spying profile picture of Ord, which will get reused on Singing Dance in Dragonland, which
it's
I don't know why.
It's the same one used on Easiest 1-2-3 as well, but on Easiest 1-2-3 it's a little bit smaller.
Okay, so 3 of them use this profile picture of Ord, but one of them has a smaller one, but this and the other one, Singing Dance in Dragonland, it has the same pose. But yeah,
where on Let's Be Brave, it also has a profile picture of Ord, but it's different.
Yes, but yeah, this one at least the episodes kind of are in order. It's Lucky Stone. I know it's listed here, it's placed here, but it's the first episode on this release, kind of like the VHS. But they have some additional episodes that were not on the VHS version, which are the Head Over Heels, the Balancing Act. Well, no, Head Over Heels and Just for Laughs are the bonus ones. The Balancing Act is on the VHS version. So Head Over Heels and Just for Laughs are on the bonus episodes, but they're put in between these 3 main episodes. Even though they could have just put Head Over Heels after On Thin Ice, but I guess they didn't want to do that. But yeah, and of course, yes, there's the same poses of cast in Ord.
We get 2 episodes where Ord cries, technically. First, he cries in the episode Lucky Stone.
And know how... Yeah, and also like when Wheezy says, "Whoopsie daisy," kind of like how Georgette says, "Whoopsie daisy" in Oliver and Company. Like when she threw Oliver's cat dish into the trash, and then when she throws the sheet onto Roscoe and DeSoto when they're trying to rescue Jenny and Oliver and Company, she says, "Whoopsie daisy." That's what Wheezy says in the Lucky Stone as well.
And and there's of course this one scene in Lucky Stone where Ord is like, "Why'd you do that?"
I didn't know it. I thought it was just an ordinary rock. And of course, like when Zach says, "Will I get water up my nose?" And yes, can I tell you, Just for Laughs is one of my favorite episodes on this DVD, as I'm just trying to say. Because
Giant Nod appears, but at least he doesn't get stripped.
Yes, he doesn't act. He would not yell at Kiki, because just imagine if he did yell at them, he would make both of them cry as well as Cassie. Then we have 3 episodes with one of the main dragons crying, but the 2 baby dragons are crying. But he just said, "Who let those tickle monsters out of their box?" He goes, "Wee ha! Then you 2 need to put them back in." Did you say tickle monsters? Yes, and that's exactly what I said. And also, like, Quetzal also laughs when he gets tickled by the tickle monsters.
Oh, you know, the Giant of Nod's voice in the episode Giant of Nod kind of reminds me of the episode VeggieTales Larry Boy and the Fib from Outer Space, where the Fib is like, "Even a little lie can get really big, really fast, and a big lie could swallow you up. And Junior, you made a really big lie."
Even though I'm going to say this, because even though I don't care for VeggieTales anymore, You're talking about Junior, the one who got the hat put on his side?
Yes.
What kind of vegetable is Junior?
An asparagus.
Not to be confused with the toddler Junior from Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamp's Adventure, but the asparagus character. But yes.
And then, of course, the Fib not only gets Junior asparagus near the end, but he also gets the superhero Larry Boy, and he's about to swallow Larry Boy up too.
Oh my god! And of course, like yes, on Thin Ice,
like Alfred.
Oh my god! But yeah, and on Thin Ice, the last episode where they learned how ice skate to go into this cave with ice around it to do it for Willie's birthday party.
I can imagine what it'd be like if they made a sequel to Larry Boy and the Fib from Outer Space called The Fib from Outer Space Returns, and this time we can have a different character tell lies instead of Junior Asparagus. And you know who I pick?
Who?
Bob the Tomato.
Oh my god! Then we have two characters telling a lie. But yeah, there's the disc.
And then he would be like, "No, don't eat me, Fib!"
Yeah, but you know something funny? I also say this even though I don't care for VeggieTales anymore. Also, like, you know, in the Jonah VeggieTales movie, this other vegetable calls Junior Twippo? That's funny. That's kind of funny.
Well, that kind of reminds me of a scene in God Wants Me to Forgive Him where Pogdrake calls Junior a cheese-headed bean boy.
Oh my god, so harsh if you ask me. But yeah, Believe in Yourself, one of my favorite Dragon Tales DVDs of all time.
At least the Sony Pictures Television logo on this DVD uses the right music on here.
Yep. And this doesn't take you to the DVD. Actually, no, that's not true. We Can Solve It Together. Does it play previews and then it goes straight to the program, but it takes you to the menu after the program's over? This is the third one, correct? The third one where it takes you to the DVD menu with the episodes after the program's over?
I believe so. Either that or the DVD menu may have appeared after the previews for We Can Solve It Together, unless you watched it before.
Okay, I haven't put the disc into the player yet, so I'm going to have to try it out for myself. But yeah,
it may be the second or the third.
I'll check. I'll check eventually one of these days. Maybe I could possibly later. I don't know.
Also, the first time where there is no black screen before the dot ident, which the funding this time cuts directly to the dot ident instead of using a black screen for a second before it appears.
Yeah. Before the dot logo goes, Johnny da doink PBS Kids. I did the dash one already. Which one do you like better, the dash or the dot one, where it goes where it goes?
I personally find the dot one to be a little bit tamer than the dash one.
Because I know the dot one goes more upbeat with its music, but with the dash one it goes kind of okay with its music, even though I like the dash one as a kid.
The dash one, it was kind of, you know, the noise at the beginning before the music was kind of weird in a way. That's why I didn't like the dash one as much. It went before that.
Doink PBS Kids.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, even though, Believe in Yourself, I definitely recommend this DVD. One of my favorite Dragon Tales DVDs of all time. I'm so happy to have it in my possession. But yeah, let's get to the next. Are there more 2004 releases we got to do?
Well, there's one more 2004 release that I have. And that is in November of 2004.
Okay, because I think I'm going to go grab the DVD of Spanglish after this, because I know it was late 2004 when it was in theaters, but it was released on DVD in the start of 2005.
You know, so after in 2005, I will look up the date.
Okay, well, while you're getting that next Dr. Seuss release, which is also 2004, which is also in 2004 after the Believe in Yourself DVD.
Because I know released on November 16th, 2004, a week before Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban was released on VHS and DVD, and that is Fun House.
Fun House. It's a greenish color.
Well, greenish blue gradient background.
Okay, a little bit of blue, but you can still see more of green.
Blue at the bottom, green at the top.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know we gotta show this DVD off first.
At least, they got 2 out of the 3 screenshots right on this one. Yertle the King, which that's the picture from it. The Muckster, which that's a picture from that episode as well. But Who Are You, Snoo still has that same snapshot from the episode The Cat in the Hat's big birthday surprise for some reason.
Oh. At least they fixed 2 of them, which was good, but they still left that one error still there for some silly reason.
This was
dang Sony.
The pictures from of JG the Jet Plane episodes on JG DVDs that were not on there as well.
Yeah.
And it says 73 minutes this time.
Uh-huh.
And I forgot to tell you, the voice of the Cat in the Hat in season 1 is Bruce Lanoyle.
Bruce Lanoyle. I'll just say Mr. Bruce for short. It's Mr. Bruce Gentleman. This
is another DVD that has the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen at the beginning, because beginning in the summer of 2004, like in June or July, that's when it was used in widescreen instead of full screen for all releases.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Anyway, yeah.
The Dragon Tales DVD from 2004 has it in widescreen too. Believe in Yourself has it in widescreen, despite being a TV show.
Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah. Let's keep looking at that other Wubbulous World Dr. Seuss. Oh, we gotta get
the disc.
Let's look at the disc. Let's get the... Oh, it's got the animated cats paw right there. Despite it's like...
That's also the case with other Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss DVDs released by Columbia TriStar at that time.
Yeah. Okay. Now, let's get to... I think we're going into the... we got a couple more releases of 2004, unless we're going already in 2005.
Well, actually, that was my last 2004 release.
Yeah, I don't have any more 2004 releases to show you. Like I said, I didn't bring 51st Dates with me, which...
This one is a 2005 release that has the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the packaging.
Okay, but before we get to that, I gotta see when Spanglish hit DVD and VHS, because I know...
I will check it.
Okay, because I know that DVD you're holding there's from sometime in 2005, January.
February.
February? So that's February
1st.
Okay, that was February 1st. So let's see when Spanglish hit VHS and DVD. Because I'm gonna go grab it in just a sec.
April 5th, 2005.
Okay, so I'll go get it after this. Not if I go grab it really quick, or we just show this DVD quick and then I'll go get it.
I will show you this DVD quick before. Now this one is called The Wind and the Willows.
The Wind.
Based on the classic novel.
Oh, I love The Wind and the Willows. Hopefully it wasn't like the same author who made the Frog and Toad books, Arnold Lobel.
I
don't think it was the author Arnold Lobel who made the Frog and Toad books and the stop-motion cartoon series.
And also...
Yep, I'm listening.
This is a 2005 release that actually has the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the packaging.
So I think it uses the Columbia TriStar logo at the...
Oops, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Whoa. Oh,
sorry
I was just saying.
That. I accidentally clicked on something.
It's okay.
What are you trying to say again?
Does this DVD still use the Columbia TriStar logo at the beginning still, despite this is the first of...
Yes, it does have the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo at the beginning of the DVD as well.
Okay.
In addition to the packaging. Because it would not be until May of 2005 where they used the Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo on the screen.
Yeah.
And running time is 71 minutes.
Yeah.
The Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo is shown on the disc art as well.
Okay.
And when I popped this DVD, when I checked the Family Fun trailer, it is the 2004 version of the trailer.
So does that mean that one took Bear in the Big Blue House out of there, or did it still have it on there?
That one took Bear in the Big Blue House out and replaced it with the Berenstain Bears, but everything else is the same.
Well, actually, the Dragon Tales Believe in Yourself DVD, the Family Fun trailer, still has Bear in the Big Blue House, but on the VHS version, they replaced.
That's because the trailer's from 2002 instead of 2004.
Yeah.
But anyway, and the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo is in widescreen.
Okay. Okay, and I was also going to tell you really quick before I go get Spanglish on DVD. I'm pretty sure it's not Arnold Lobel, the one who made that movie, the author who made the Frog and Toad books. Well, anyways, yeah, let me go quickly grab Spanglish. Flick, I'll be right back.
And then after...
Oh, shoot, right?
And then
what?
After you get Spanglish,
Mm-hmm.
after you get Spanglish, I have one more DVD from... I have one DVD from May 2005 to show after this, before we get to the Dragon Tales one, after you show Spanglish.
Okay, so let me go grab Spanglish really quick. I should have grabbed that. My B. Okay, here I am. Here's Spanglish. I also brought Hitch because I realized that was also Sony related too.
Yeah, Hitch is like a DVD from 2005 as well.
I don't know when it released on.
It was released a week after the Dragon Tales DVD.
Okay, so we'll do that. I'll show that after we both do Playing Favorites, Playing Fun. So let's just show Spanglish. I think it's a cool Adam Sandler. I say comedy / drama because I mean it's more of a comedy in my opinion, despite it's got a few dramatic parts.
And also,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a release from April 2005, despite the Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo appearing on the packaging and the disc art, the DVD itself contains the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo at the beginning.
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, have you seen Spanglish or no?
No, I have not.
Well, you were probably, I don't think you were able to watch this when you were a kid.
The only
It came out.
Adam Sandler film I have watched was Billy Madison, made by Universal.
Okay, but we're only showing ones that are Sony, or Columbia Pictures or anything, Sony. So Spanglish, yes, I like this film. I say give Spanglish a try. If you don't like it, that's fine. I mean, you haven't seen it, so you don't know your opinions on it yet. So I won't give out what happens in the film.
Yeah, because I do not wish to be spoiled.
So yeah, Spanglish was released. I could have just gotten this for my birthday.
2005 on DVD and VHS.
Yes. It was also after Thomas' Sword Celebration hit VHS and DVD.
Yeah.
And the,
of course, was
and that,
Spanglish.
And the DVD you showed earlier from February 1st of 05? The Willows thing, right?
Yeah, the DVD of The Wind and the Willows.
Released in
February 1st, 2005.
So that was a while after Hooray for Thomas hit VHS and DVD. But yeah, Spanglish, let me show you the disc really quick. It's got a grilled cheese sandwich with... Looks like a...
I think I've already seen the disc.
I'll try. I've showed you it. Well, there's the guide. Yes, I have a guide on mine.
It's shown on the disc, though.
Yeah, I showed you the disc. It's just got a sandwich on it, despite... I wish they could have put Adam Sandler playing the character... Check. Plays the character John. Plays John Klasky in this movie. Well, he's played by Adam Sandler. But yeah, let's get to the next.
Is the first 2005. This next one's a second 2005 release that I own before we get to the Dragon Tales one.
Oh, okay. Let's show that one first.
And it was released on May 24th of 2005.
Okay, so at least I should...
And it's called Are We There Yet?
I think there's something called that. Are we done yet, or just are we there yet?
I think there's a sequel to it called Are We Done Yet? But
okay,
this is the original Are We There Yet? With Ice Cube. And you know what this DVD marks the debut of? This is the first ever DVD to have the Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo at the beginning.
Wow.
However, it still mentions. However, the trailer for Matilda that is shown on the DVD still shows the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo.
Oh. Again, dang it, Sony. I'm saying dang it, not the other D word.
Yeah. It is a Columbia Pictures film co-produced with Revolution Studios, just like The Animal is.
I also think Mr. Deeds did that too, when I showed it way earlier in the stream of this part.
A family film that's perfect for everyone, says Sean Edwards of Fox TV.
I like the actor Ice Cube. He's kind of like the... I also forgot to show you Jerry Maguire when we showed the... Because I think we should have started with 1997, because I think... Also, I want to tell you this. Jerry Maguire hit VHS and DVD at the same time in 1997.
95 minutes is the running time for this film, and
yep. I'm listening.
And here's the disc for Are We There Yet? It's got recycled artwork from the... No, it's got slightly different pictures of Ice Cube and a couple of those kids.
Yeah. I don't know my opinion on Are We There Yet? Or its sequel, Are We Done Yet? Because I think they're on DVD together. Excuse me.
Yeah, but I think Are We Done Yet came out a little bit later than Are We There Yet?
Okay. Like I said, I don't know my opinions on them yet, so I haven't seen them, so I don't know my opinions on them if I like it or not.
All right. This next This next one, this next Dragon Tales DVD.
Now we get to do it.
Lot to talk about the first episode for.
Well, but first, let's talk about when this came out, the release.
Hold on.
Whoa, careful.
It by mistake.
It's okay. At least I'm holding mine firmly in my hands. As I know it's different from any of you guys out there. But anyways, yeah.
All right. Here is my copy.
Mine. I'll show you why. Yes, it's in an eco box, unfortunately. When we get to the discs. Yes, considering the feelings of others.
Mine is not in an eco case.
Okay, I thought it was going to be like in a game case for yours, but yeah, there's the picture of... This is also on the VHS, but I don't think they ever... But luckily they did not put the bad episode, which we'll see in a minute. But it's now...
They did put it on the VHS of Let's Be Friends, released 4 years earlier in 2001.
Okay, but this one, at least they put an episode... They still use Enrique on the cover, but despite... There's an episode with it, because there's an episode with him on this release that we'll get into in a minute.
But
here's the spot.
This does not have all episodes with Enrique on it, because we don't get to see that till 2006.
But yeah, here's the spine, which is the different profile picture of Emmy. Is it different?
Don't Give Up.
Yeah, it's a light yellow, kind of like another release we'll get to much later. But yeah, here's also this one. Actually, I was wrong. There's another one where see these pictures of Max and Emmy from the Let's Share Let's Play DVD. It's on the back of this DVD, and on the other Dragon Tales released in 2005. We're gonna get to much later. And there's Ord, which it's smaller on the Experience New Things DVD.
Is it the same picture of Ord?
Yes, this picture of Ord I'm going to show you on this DVD is the one that could be reused on Experience New Things 2006 DVD, which we'll get to much later. But yeah, here are we'll talk about the episodes. The bad one, no hitter, but the other good ones are.
I'm going to talk about when I first watched this TV. When I've watched, for some reason, I have watched the episode all the way through once.
But you never would watch it again, yes. Because you know why. Because, oh yeah, also,
I can tell you why. Because first, Max and Emmy are fighting over who gets...
Oh my god!
And then he hits Emmy really hard. Then she cries like a little control freak and says, Max hit me.
Oh, mind if we do it both ways? Like when we did the Guess the Voice Impressions Part 2 stream before? But first when she says, Give me the ball, Emmy.
Nuh-uh. You're playing out there with Ward.
But you said I could before we left home.
Did not.
It's not fair.
Ow! Max hit me.
Why did you hit your sister, Max? She said I could pitch.
I never said that.
Yes, you did. I asked you before we left home, and you said okay.
I said, okay, let's go. I didn't hear you ask to pitch.
All right, go ahead and pitch, Emmy. Max, we need to talk. Okay,
Yeah.
now we try the. How we now try?
But that's not the only thing that happens in the episode. No way, we get into something even worse that happens.
Let's do the other portion. But now you start as Max saying, "Give me the ball, Emmy."
Give me the ball, Emmy.
Nuh-uh, you're playing out there with Ord.
You said I could pitch.
Did not.
Did too in the playroom.
But I didn't hear you. And like you still have to say, Max, it's not fair, and you have to do the hitting thing.
It's not fair. Pow.
Ow! Max hit me!
Why did you hit your sister, Max? She said I could pitch.
I never said that!
Did so. I asked you before you left home, and you said okay.
I said, okay, let's go. I didn't hear you ask to pitch.
All right, niños. Go ahead and pitch, Emmy. Max, we need to talk.
Okay, when we get to the other bad portion, we'll do it both ways.
Well, actually,
and then
before you do that, I'm gonna. Well, anyway, that's not the only bad thing that happens in this episode. No way, we get into something much worse that happens later.
And then
You know what that is?
what?
Max kicks Ord in the tail, and then Ord acts like a complete control freak crybaby.
Oh my god! Like like when Max says,
I'd say Ord crying in No Hitter would be even worse than Cassie in Bully for You.
yeah. And
if
Max
you
would do
have
it.
the VHS of Let's Be Friends, I'm afraid you're going to have to watch it on VHS all the way through, because if you have the VHS of Let's Be Friends, it's going to be much worse because you can't skip any parts of it.
Because yes, with VHS tapes, I don't want to mess it up. But yes, let's get to the. Let's see if we can do the portion now with Max being angry at Ord, saying that was my ball.
It's all
Okay.
yours, Max.
And when he actually catches it, that was my ball.
My tail! You hurt my tail!
Are you all right, Ord?
I tried to let Max catch it, but he closed his eyes, and the ball bounced in front of him, and I wasn't even trying to get it. But it landed right in my arms, and then he kicked my tail.
All right, Max. That is the last straw. You're going to have to come out of the game for a while. Now what? Without Max, we won't have enough players to play the game.
Oh, we'll never win now.
We'll do the one when we get to the timeout portion later. But now let's do it again. But
That was my ball.
Oh, my tail! You hurt my tail!
Are you all right, Ord?
I tried to let Max catch it, but he closed his eyes, and the ball bounced in front of him, and I wasn't even trying to get it. But it landed right in my arms, and then he kicked my tail!
He didn't even let me catch the ball.
But of course, yes. I know you guys still
Max, you're going to have to come out of the game for a while.
Wait, my if I still do the Cassie now what, and you still be the Zach portion, we'll never win now?
You
Or
can
you do-
still do Cassie and I can do Zach.
Okay. Now what? Without Max, we won't have enough players to play the game now!
Oh, we'll never win now.
Okay, now we'll do the timeout portion was, you saw how Ord was sad when you kicked him very hard, Max.
I used my words, but he didn't listen.
Well, the next time you feel like hitting somebody, stop and find something to hit instead.
Well, and remember, we did a fan-made version where Max hit Zach and Wheezy and Cassie in addition.
Well,
But
no, but we're not talking about that. But yes, in the famous one we did, him biting Zach and Wheezy, but Zach cries hard, but Wheezy screams for Quetzal, and he pushes Cassie.
He kicks?
No, he bites.
Cassie.
Bites
Zach and then
and pushes Cassie.
Pushes Cassie.
Yes, and then I'll do the other portion from the timeout portion, and you start with Quetzal's. You saw how Ord was sad when you kicked him really hard, Max.
You saw how sad Ord was when you kicked him, Max.
I did use my words, but he wouldn't listen.
Well, the next time you feel like hitting somebody, stop and find something to hit instead. Well, anyway, enough talk about no-hitter. By the way, we got the other episodes, the Meet First Wizard, Give Zach a Hand, Teasing is Not Pleasing, and Play It and Say It.
Okay, but now since we're done doing all different ways of no-hitter, which is by far the worst.
Believe in Yourself DVD, because Teasing is Not Pleasing is listed first, before no-hitter, but no-hitter's the first episode.
But at least they go in like a horizontal position, like you know how some of those Thomas features. But yeah, let me see if I can take a little... Pardon me. Yes, and Give Zach a Hand, at least Spike does not act like a stupid jerk, unlike in Bully for You, he did. I was glad Spike was not mean again, unlike in Bully for You.
Because if he did, then you probably never watch an episode of Dragon Tales again with Spike.
But I'm glad he acted nice in this episode, which I was pleased about. And yes, they do head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And the other portion...
Of course, there's only one episode with Enrique on the CV. That, of course, Game, Play It, and Say It.
But do you know what's strange about the end of this DVD? After the last few seconds of Play It and Say It, for some reason it uses the Season 2 funding, besides there's a Season 3 episode on this release.
Well, what if they just made another version where they fixed the error and put the Season 3 funding on there?
And use it uses the Sony Pictures Television logo at the end of the program, right?
Yes, and with the correct audio, just like with Season 3 episodes. But the Fruit Loops ad comes first, and then the Frosted Flakes ad makes an appearance, even though they didn't use the beach one that much on television airings, they kept it on DVDs until 2005.
Okay, and this Pearl to Cassie is also used on one of the DVD menus. I don't know which one it is. It was in one of my videos I did a while back. But yeah, there's the disc. Yes, the Nico box, which just kind of stinks for me.
This one does not have a Nico case on mine.
It looks kind of like a squished up version. It kind of looks like, I was going to say, minus all the other characters, Max is the center of attention. But all of his friends are still on the disc, but it's just shrunk. Just to make Max the center of attention.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
And for some reason, it's got the Season 2 funding at the very end, with the announcer saying this program is funded in part by a Ready to Learn grant. And it does not have No Child Left Behind in as a grant, even though No Child Left Behind was an additional major sponsor for Dragon Tales beginning in Season 3.
Well, even though I think when PBS Kids Go started, they used the Ready to Learn No Child Left Behind grant logo. Someone said in 04 that's when they started using it.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go to the next.
It closes in a similar way as the Believe in Yourself DVD because of the funding being used at the end, despite that it has a Season 3 episode.
Uh-huh. Okay, now let's get to the...
One more release from 2005 that I have.
Well, oh yeah, we got to look at yours. Well, actually, we got to look at the...
It's the 2nd of 2005. Both of them are released on the same day, actually.
Okay, well, we got to look at Hitch first, because it was released after Playing Fair Explain Fun on DVD. Pardon me. Well, we got to look at Hitch first, which was released a week after Dragon Tales Playing Favorites Playing Fun.
And it's also the same day that Sony Wonder released the Arthur DVD releases, Arthur's Computer Adventure, DW Rides Again, Arthur Gets Lost, and DW the Picky Eater on DVD.
Yep, there's Hitch. I put the widescreen edition. It's got a slipcover too. There's the disc, which just has Hitch himself on it. Stars Will Smith.
Will Smith was also in the live-action Disney version of Aladdin.
Right, because he played the genie in that remake. Kind of like Emma Stone.
He's also in the Warner Brothers TV series Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, I see. I haven't watched that show in years, but I've heard it's a good show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But yeah, I'll just show you the artwork of Hitch, because I know this is just a movie. I show you my copies of my movies, my perspective. I show you just the movies themselves, and I don't want to give out the plot yet. But yeah, if you've not seen Hitch, I understand what you say.
I have not seen Hitch.
Okay, I know it's on DVD. If you want to get it, I'd say try it out. I'd say it's good despite some flaws. I mean, I still like it. But yeah, let's get to oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that the next Dragon Tales DVD is up. But I think we got to show these ones from like July of 2005.
Oh,
this is from
both of them were released on August 2nd, 2005. The one that I have and the one that you have.
Well, do you want to show the Dr. Seuss one or Dragon Tales first?
Well, because we should start with Dragon Tales because it starts with the letter
D.
Yeah.
D, yeah. The Wubbulous world starts with W, but Sprite has the. So yeah, Sing and Dance in Dragonland released August 2nd, 2005 after Percy Saves the Day hit VHS and DVD.
After YouTuber Jeremy Barton has turned 9 years old.
And after you turned 5. But yeah, there's profile picture of Ord, just like on the Believe in Yourself, and Easy's 1, 2, 3, except this one has the same large pose from Believe in Yourself. And yes, these have all sing-along songs, but there's no real like kids clips in this release. Unlike Let's Start a Band.
They accidentally printed the Sesame Workshop logo twice on Playing Fair Makes Playing Fun, but at least they had it printed once on the back for Sing and Dance in Dragonland.
Yeah, and I think I say they should have improved a couple of things on this DVD. They could have added at least 2 or 3 bonus episodes of Dragon Tales after the songs are over. Like a certain amount of songs, like those Thomas sing-along releases, trackside tunes and sing-along and stories and songs from the station, which I forgot to mention on Playing Fair Makes Playing Fun was released June 7, 2005. That was a month after Thomas' songs from the station hit VHS and DVD. But this was after Percy Saves the Day hit VHS and DVD. And yes, I cannot tell you, yes, I don't like the song Flip Flop. Because I don't know why they couldn't have added more characters with it. I can tell you Flip Flop is my least favorite song.
Well, I would imagine this. I would imagine which season 1 bonus episode. How about Zach's song would be an episode on this for the first time?
Because we have Pigment of Your Imagination on one of the previous DVDs. But yes, we put Zach's song as the first bonus episode. And what would the other we could do it first after the
I think the other one, we already have musical scales on Let's Be Brave, so that isn't really going to work.
But yeah, what would be a better season? What would we put season 2 episodes? Well, we have, I believe.
Maybe we could put 2 season 1 episodes on this DVD, and all 2 of them are just from season 1. A Smashing Success and Zach's song.
Well, Zach's song would play after the first set of songs, and Smashing Success would go after that.
And this would only have 2 bonus episodes, and they both are just from season 1.
That would be so cool, because sing-along releases, unlike with Thomas ones, they put episodes after a certain amount of songs.
You know what? What did you think would be so cool about it? This would be the first one since Easiest 1, 2, 3 to contain only episodes from season 1 after the song.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. And also, yes, Zach and Wheezy is one of my favorite songs, but Flip Flop is my least favorite song.
We could have A Smashing Success be the last episode on there. Then this could be the first time we see the season 3 website bumper with Wheezy's voiceover.
Which I find, we'll get to the next Dragon Tales release from 2006, but it's going to be much, much later. Because this is from August 2000. 2005,
And
not 2006.
what did you think of this DVD? I imagine being the first one to contain only season 1 episodes ever since Easy as 1, 2, 3.
That'd be so cool because they're related to like stuff doing music, sing and dance, and with music and stuff. Despite Enrique's and most of the songs, but Max and Emmy would be the only kids in the episodes. I would find that kind of cool, in my personal opinion. But yeah,
it's kind of the case with the Amazing Pets DVD being there being a bonus song after the episodes.
Yeah, but yeah, here's the disc for Sing and Dance in Dragonland. There's the pose of Max and Emmy that are same ones on the Let's Share, Let's Play DVD disc, but on the back cover of
the picture of Ord it's like season 2 poster art Ord.
Yeah. But yeah, Sing and Dance in Dragonland. I know I have to play this with Thomas songs. I mean, I can get over some of the songs, but like I said, I can get used to the songs sometimes. But yeah, Sing and Dance in Dragonland, I recommend this release.
Yeah, definitely we should not pick Whole Lot of Maracas Going On or Zack and the Beanstalk since these were already on DVD. So that's why I picked new episodes from season 1 that were not released, like Zack's Song and A Smashing Success, which was not released on VHS or DVD at the time.
Well, Zack's Song was actually on the VHS, Do the Right Thing.
Well,
so we could have it on.
But this is the first time we could have it on DVD.
Yes. But yeah, Sing and Dance in Dragonland, I say
Smashing Success would be an episode that we never got on VHS or DVD that we could have picked for this DVD.
Yeah, and you know how Smashing... Yeah.
Emmy is afraid to tell the truth after breaking Wheezy's trumpet.
Yeah, her "daw" phrase was heard. That was the first time we heard Emmy's "daw."
I just realized Emmy said, "Oh no," in that clip. And that same voice clip of Emmy saying, "Oh no," would also be heard in the episode Bad Share Day.
Like, what part in Bad Share Day would Emmy say, "Oh no," just like in A Smashing Success?
Just when Wheezy is about to blow into that Wheezy phone and Zack screams.
Yeah. But yeah, I already showed Sing and Dance in Dragonland. But I'll tell you, it does not have a dash or dot ident at all after the Sony Pictures Television logo.
Sing and Dance in Dragonland did have a PBS Kids ident. Go with Dash. It has not been used on DVD or VHS, so give Dash a chance for that one.
Yeah, Sony Sony owns Dragon Tail, so it doesn't matter now. But yeah, let's get to your perspective of August 2005, August 2nd.
And it's called The Cat, the Gink, and Other Furry Friends. So after this, we get into two 2006 releases that I own, and then we go straight to 2010 because I don't have any from 2007, 2008, or 2009.
I'll tell you one I have from 2007, but I just don't have it. It's the Adam Sandler with Kevin James. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry from 2007. That was from 2007.
The Gink, it's got the episodes The Gink, The Cat in the Hat Takes a Nap, and The Feed You Need. I think all of these are the right screenshots on this one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just grabbing something to say for
all the screenshots are right on this DVD.
I think so.
I would call Dragon Trash, I would call A Smashing Success a very light Dragon Trash episode.
Well, despite yes, just one of the main dragons cried.
Only For You and No Hitter, which were heavy Dragon Trash ones, A Smashing Success would be considered light.
Because I know Emmy was too afraid to tell the truth, even though I would do the same thing if I actually broke something off my grandmother's. I would tell the truth right away. But yeah.
Well, that kind of reminds me of the VeggieTales episode Larry Boy and the Fib from Outer Space, where Junior accidentally breaks his dad's favorite bowling plate.
Oh, no! That was terrible. He was too afraid to tell the truth.
And then the Fib from Outer Space grew and grew until he became a monster.
Oh, my God. By the way, yeah, let's look at this Wubbulous World Dr. Seuss release from the same time as Dragon Tail Sing and Dance in Dragonland.
73 minutes is the running time for this DVD. It's got that same animated picture of the Cat in the Hat on the disc, which I do like, even though the Muppet designs are used. I like how they put the animated hat in the disc art.
Yeah. Okay, so I think got some more 2005 releases, or unless we're going into
Actually, that was the last 2005 release I have.
Okay, I don't have any more from 2005 to show you right now.
I have a couple of 2006 releases. One of them is a Dragon Tales one, and the other one's a feature film, but these were released in May and October. So if you want, you can go ahead and show off Say Hola to Enrique.
Yes, released in January 20... After the 20th of January...
24th of 2006, a week before Sony Wonder released Elmo's World Reach for the Sky on VHS and DVD.
And before Thomas Track Stars and Thomas and the Really Brave Engines did VHS and DVD. Even though they could have just stopped putting Thomas on VHS and DVD after Calling Vengeance.
This is the first time where we get episodes that are entirely from Season 3.
And also, and this profile picture of Enrique, I forgot to say in the original Columbia TriStar DVD Collection, it's his post from the Playing Film Explained Fun DVD, which I forgot to mention earlier. And yes, these are all about Enrique. They are To Fly with a New Friend Part 1 and Part 2, Police Complaint on Enrique, Super Snow Day, and All Together now.
Well, maybe they should have put 4 pictures on this one and just say To Fly with a New Friend.
Because it's in 2 parts. I could have added an additional episode. Kind of like how they could have put these 2 missing Thomas episodes.
Contrary to what it is, this one actually just has 4 episodes, but one of them is split into 2 parts.
Well, if they did make an extra episode, they would have to round this up to like maybe close to 80 minutes.
If they put another episode on there, I would say put the big race on there as the last episode.
Yes, they could have put my favorite Season 3 episode on this release, where they could do the rhyme.
After the episode altogether now, of course.
Yes, because they basically, Emmy and Cassie go, uno, dos, tres, to the red, a la vez.
I think this is one of the only times Enrique gets mad. It's like, fine, if you don't want me to help you, but at least Enrique doesn't really scream at the top of her lungs when he gets angry.
No. He just gets really furious. Well, just a little bit upset. And then... but of course, like this, they do it. They're about to crash. Uno, dos, tres, to the red, a la vez. Ah! Of course, like Police Complaint on Enrique, I know it's the only one to have Enrique crying, but it's not a big cry. And yeah, there's the disc. Oh, dang shame, I don't have a pamphlet for mine. Yeah, I bought this from a Goodwill store. It did not have the insert inside. And yes, this is a squish.
I was curious to know whether this DVD was going to be released either in late 2005 or early 2006, because Season 3 had already concluded around April 2005.
I definitely think they're going to just do January of 06, because I think this was around the time they stopped doing they were going to stop doing VHS tapes.
Well, there's only one VHS that has an episode with Enrique on it.
Yes, but we showed Playing Film Explained Fun in just a while ago.
Imagine what it'd be like if they did get a VHS release for Say Hola to Enrique with both parts of To Fly with a New Friend on omitted and just the last 3 episodes from the DVD on the VHS.
Well, yes, and also this artwork right here is based off the episode altogether now, I think, or maybe it's just fan-made artwork from Altogether.
It is probably from Altogether now.
Okay, yes, I already showed you the disc. It just says
all the dragons, especially Ord, is making funny faces on the front.
Are you serious? I mean, they're just pleased to see a new friend. They're amazed at a new kid.
Well, I think it kind of looked like Ord was making a funny face, but
yeah. Say hola to Enrique. I will say yes. I recommend this because if you want to see these all
this
with
is also the first episode, the first time we actually get to see the Season 3 funding with Ready to Learn and No Child Left Behind grant and U.S. Department of Education logos centered on the screen, in addition to having all episodes of Season 3.
Yeah. But yeah, Say Hola to Enrique, definitely recommend this. I saw this on eBay. I know you want to probably maybe get it soon. But yeah, let's get to the next release.
I might get it eventually, but I like episodes from the pre-Enrique era better.
Like the ones before Enrique was introduced?
Yeah, especially ones from the first season.
Okay. But yeah, let's get to the. Oh yeah, we got to see what releases next because the Dragon Tales next one is from May 2006.
Yeah. And then this next one you're going to show is another Dragon Tales release after this, which I don't have.
Well, like I said, there's the there's the option on eBay to get both of them if you want the Sayola to Enrique and the other one. But yeah, let's be brave, which I actually did grab first. I was actually managed to get it first. Released on May 23rd, 2006. The same day, 3 of these things got a physical media release. First, Blue's Clues, Blues Jobs got VHS and DVD. Thomas and Friends Tales with the Tracks hit VHS and DVD for the last time. And the 2005 movie Cheaper by the Dozen 2 with Steve Martin got a DVD only because this and the Cheaper by the Dozen 2 movie got DVD only on this exact same day.
You mean the Steve Martin one was also released by Sony Pictures on that day?
No, they're Fox. The Cheaper by the Dozen Steve Martin versions, they're by Fox, but I think Disney, it could be on Disney Plus, I don't know.
The spine has a different picture of Ord on the front this time.
I think it's from his promo. From a different promo, respective of Ord. Yeah, can I also tell you?
Got another picture of Ord on the back as well.
Well, they used that they used for his face portrait from the 3 DVDs from three different respective years on the spines, but they were just different poses. But yeah, the episodes are Calling Dr. Zack, The Big Sleepover, Stormy Weather, Sounds Like Trouble, and
those first 2 episodes were recycled from the VHS of Big Brave Adventures released 6 years earlier in 2000.
But except they play in backwards order. The Big Sleepover goes first, and that's Calling Dr. Zack, and The Force of Darkness would be the final episode on the VHS. But I don't have the Big Brave Adventures VHS because I don't want to have.
I can imagine what it would be like if they put the episode Ord Sees the Light on this DVD instead of musical scales, because at least we can get all episodes of season 1 there.
But this is another instance. This one has just episodes from seasons 1 and 3.
None of the episodes are from season 2.
No, even though yes, season 2 is like almost like we get to see Enrique. It's like the paint animation, but it's still got the season 1 style.
Season 2 is like a mix of season 1 and 3 in general. Season 1 because of Emmy and Max being the only kids, and kind of like season 3 because of the digital animation. Unlike season 1 where it was all animated with cells.
And it was darker animation, if I tell you. And yes, Calling Dr. Zack, like you know how open wide, Zack, say ah. Ah.
And remember when I showed you the Dragon Tales calendar that I showed you? All 12 of those pictures are from season 1.
Yeah. I mean, which picture would you show in the December portion of the calendar? Because, you know, like, they use snow stuff.
I showed the one from the greatest show in Dragonland where they were, like, sledding down the mountain.
Okay. I mean, honestly, any winter one doesn't matter, honestly, because, like, well, it's winter. But, yeah. And of course, like...
February, I chose the one where they were... from the end of the episode, True Blue Friend.
Mm-hmm. And also, yes... The Big Sleepover, like, yes, like when all the kids and dragons are screaming around and Zack says, "Is this a sleepover or an earthquake?" And yes, the songs on this release are Hum and Speak Up.
Do the songs play before the episodes on the other 2006 releases, Sayola to Enrique and Experience Things?
The other one, they do play after the first episode's over, basically. I think on this DVD they play Hum after Calling Dr. Zack, and they play Speak Up.
I watched it before. It does have that song play after Calling Dr. Zack. And then Speak Up would come after Sounds Like Trouble.
Yes. But yes, and also musical scales, how they do Michael Key, Little Frog, How I Love You. For your song is big comfort and peace.
Was found up by those bumblebees. That's funny.
Yes, go, go. And also the funny was like, a belt has come loose and it's slipping. Well, grab it before it falls off. And like before the crash happens, they cover their eyes, and all of them close their eyes when the crash occurs, and they say, maybe if we tried a few less layers. Oh yeah, and here's the disc. I remember having this without the case, but now I have it in the case. I said to buy this copy off of eBay, brand new.
Mine also has the insert.
Okay, because I remember, yes, I found this loose at Goodwill, but I watched it through, even if it didn't have the case, and I liked.
As for what I'm getting on Halloween, I haven't thought of it yet, but I'm still thinking about it. I will let you know by a few days before Halloween.
Yeah, and also, yes, there's no previews on this DVD. I don't think Playing Fair Makes Playing Fun has previews either.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, because that's the only. I think, yeah, there's two, both releases from 2005 of Dragon Tales. They don't even have previews. Unlike the VHS of Singing Dance in Dragonland, which does have previews.
And with Playing Fair Makes Playing Fun, also has previews on the VHS. And this is the only release after 2005 that does not have previews. This one's from 2006, and it has no previews.
Yeah. Oh shoot, didn't mean to put the DVD back, but I honestly don't care. It's okay if we make mistakes. But yeah, let's be brave. Yes, I recommend this.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get into the last one from 2006, the last Dragon Tales one, and it's an August 2006 release.
Released August 22nd, 2006.
That was 8 days after season 37 of Sesame Street premiered with the debut of Abby Cadabby.
And also, I'll tell you this was a week after the Thomas release. On Site with Thomas hit. It was the first Thomas release to be DVD only. On Site with Thomas. And a week before Thomas's Halloween Adventures hit DVD. Those were the first two Thomas episodic releases to be DVD only. Halloween Adventures and On Site with Thomas. Because they were never released on VHS. No more Thomas on VHS.
And
well, unless you count the Thomas Gets Tricked VHS with George Carlin that has Thomas Gets Tricked, narrated by George Carlin, and Edward helps out.
I thought the Sesame Street episode Cookie World was kind of funny how it had Cookie Monster calling Bob Mr. Bobble.
Oh my god. Yes. And yes, there are the episodes to Fly with Dragons, which is of course the very first episode of Dragon Tales, kind of like Thomas Gets Tricked is the first episode of Thomas and Friends. Flip with the Big Red Dog, it's My Best Friend and Cleo's Fair Share. Arthur, it's Arthur's Eyes and Francine's Bad Hair Day.
And of course, Sesame Street is, of course, Gordon and Sally to Sesame Street.
Yes.
For the Flintstones, it is the Flintstone Flyer.
And mind if I say these from other shows, even if we're not interested in them? Mind if I still say their pilot episode names?
And well, I know for Dora, it was Lost and Found.
It was? I thought it was just the Big Red
Chicken.
Okay, but Blue's Clues, it's snack time.
Well, so, I'd say the funniest part of the whole episode is when Cookie Monster calls Bob by Mr. Bobble.
Yeah, and of course with other episodes like the Super Mario World cartoon, the very first episode is called Fire Sale, iCarly, iPilot. For Drake and Josh, I don't really know. I honestly don't know for Drake and Josh, but for iCarly, it's iPilot.
And I know that for VeggieTales, the first video was Where's God When I'm Scared?
Yeah, and also, yes, I'll also say this for, I know you don't care for Barney or the Wiggles either, right? Even though you have Wiggles, My First Leap Pad.
Yeah.
I'll just say the Wiggles, it's Anthony's friend, not Anthony's new friend. It's Anthony's friend. And for Barney, it's the Queen of Make-Believe. And yes, SpongeBob, Help Wanted.
And for the first episode of Elmo's World, it's Balls.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it's on the Sing and Play VHS of Elmo and Grouchland Sing and Play DVD and VHS.
I just wanted to mention that because I wanted to mention it does include spin-offs as well, or segments, like the first Elmo's World episode being Balls.
Okay, and also what other shows am I missing? And you said what was the first episode of Flintstones?
The Flintstone Flyer from September 30th of 1960.
Okay.
And the first Looney Tunes short was Sinking in the Bathtub from 1929.
Oh my god, that's even way before Thomas and this. And also, yes, for Bear in the Big Blue House, because that show just turned 25 this year, Home is Where the Bear Is. So yes, Bear in the Big Blue House, Home is Where the Bear Is, because the show just turned 25 just yesterday. Yeah,
well,
Home is Where the... Mm-hmm.
Well, besides food, I also enjoyed the books episode. I also enjoy the
Yes.
dancing episode. I find that one pretty interesting. I find the balls one very interesting as well. As for water, I also find the water episode interesting too. And,
Yeah.
And
Okay.
for transportation, that one's a very good episode, but it was not released on DVD until 2016.
Oh my god! That is so crazy. And also, yes, can I also tell this because this also I forgot to say when this was released. This was also after Thomas Percy and the Dragon got its very first DVD release after the 2003 or /2002 VHS finally got into DVD. Thomas Percy and the Dragon.
And the DVD of Thomas Percy and the Dragon, like I said before, came out the day after season 37 of Sesame Street premiered on the 14th of August of 2006.
Yes, and also yes, did you know that even though yes, I'm going to tell you this, we already got some of the episodes on Thomas's Halloween Adventures on VHS already. Scaredy Engines and Percy and the Haunted Mine are already on Thomas the Jet Engine, and
Haunted Henry is on Spills and Chills.
Along with
Gordon
Toby-
the Gremlin is on Trackside Tunes. The Fogman
best of-
is on Salty's Secret.
and the first time we get to see the George Carlin if Thomas Gets Tricked on DVD, even though it's on the Thomas Gets Tricked extremely rare VHS with George Carlin.
The edits of Elmo's World, I personally didn't like how they cut those episodes too short.
Oh. And yeah, let me talk about the other episodes since I talked too much about the Planet Dragons. Moving on, which is of course got Sophie in it, but luckily Cassie doesn't cry really hard when she leaves. Kind of like how I did. I cried very hard at the end of Steve Goes to College and Blue's Clues. And
Well-
something's
Well, that reminds me of a scene in there's a scene in Giant Squidward where Squidward tells SpongeBob and Patrick that they ruined his life, and then Squidward lets out a big cry and it makes a river of tears.
yeah. He basically goes,
You two have ruined my life.
and of course he also cries like when he shrinks after he realizes he cries out he's too small to play the giant clarinet now.
Yeah, and then he also lets out another big cry.
He goes,
Now I'm too small to play.
"Oh, to play my giant clarinet!" And then, of course, like
And
you.
I
yeah.
was trying to say to you, I didn't really like the HD re-edits of Elmo's World because they cut out some of the scenes too short. I like the footages from the original Elmo's World that is not an HD re-edit better.
Yeah. Yes. Moving on, I'll tell you again. It reminds me, I cried at the end of Steve Goes to College when Steve left, and I didn't want him to leave. But yeah, something's missing. Yes, it's better than Miami or Bust because, at least Emmy did tell Max he can still go to Dragonland. Unlike in Miami or Bust, she forgot to do it, but she did it anyway. But this one, at least, she did it. She reminded herself to do it. And of course, yeah, Room for Change. This is another. I know it's kind of it's an okay episode. I know Cassie's upset about having to move to a new room in her house because her old one has to be used for the new baby dragons. And I was so cracked up when Finn talked in that episode. Every time I see Finn talk.
I have to agree with you, MRKP 2003. I know how some of the sound effects didn't fit, but I wish they could have kept the footage the same in the HD re-edit. But I guess they decided to change it for whatever reason.
Okay. Oh, shoot, yeah. Oh, sorry. I noticed you were talking to your friend. Yes, Room for Change. I know Cassie was a little bit upset she didn't like the new change. She might have not liked her new room, but for some reason she now likes it. Because I know I didn't mind switching. I stayed in that one bedroom in my house, but yeah.
I think they changed it for an unknown reason or something, MRKP 2003. But anyway, Movie and GameLover98, what were you trying to say?
Did you know how Cassie was upset in Room for Change? She wouldn't like the change of her new room in her cave, but for some reason she likes it.
Yeah.
It was an empty storage closet, so she could use it to read to her brothers and sisters when it's reading time. As you can tell right here on this Cassie's reading the story of Little Red Riding Hood to Finn and Kiki.
reorchestrated the music because they wanted to make it a little bit different in a way, like with different orchestrations of the same instruments.
Yeah, and yes. And also, yes, the final episode, Hello, Miss Tips, which it does remind me of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, where Miss Tips is substituting for Quetzal, kind of like in the Magic Railroad movie of Thomas. Mr. Conductor's substituting for Sir Tom Hat on Mount Soda while he's on a holiday or basically a vacation. And like, I like this one clip where Miss Tips says to Lorca to please go with the flow. Does it remind you of the part in Elf when Buddy tells one of his workers in the mailroom to please say go with the flow?
I think so. But there's this one part of Elf which was very funny, in which the elf knocks over the Christmas tree.
Like, yeah, Buddy knocks over the Christmas tree. Like, he jumps on the couch and he jumps on the tree and it just falls down. Yeah, I remember that clip. Yes, of course, like, this one is like, when they try to try this treat that Miss Tips made for them, Emmy says, try one, Cassie, before Ord eats them all. No thanks.
And of course, this is temporarily the last Dragon Tales DVD to be released until 3 years later in 2009.
With the Our Amazing Pets 2009 DVD, which was released March of 2009.
We made a couple releases from 2007 or 2008. Which ones would you call them?
I would just say we just released them on season sets.
Like, well, we could have season 1 be released on DVD in like 2000.
Well, yes, and of course they released seasons 2 and 3 together in 2007, maybe.
Seasons 2 and 3, I think your idea will work really well for UK versions of your fan-made show, Bingo's Playroom, and that could work pretty well.
Yep, there's the disc for Experience New Things, which is the original.
About for the complete seasons 2 and 3, that could be released sometime in like March of 2007 or something.
Okay, but yeah, here's the disc for Experience New Things, which has all the gang on the disc. And luckily, hang on, you said Ord does cry into Fly with Dragons, right?
Yeah, luckily Ord does not let out a big cry until the sister episode, The Forest of Darkness.
Okay, but I know in Moving On, Cassie does not let out a big cry, so I don't think any of these episodes have any of the dragons crying. I mean, season 3, they outgrew their crying.
Yeah?
But I know Cassie and Easy sniffled a little bit Moving On after Sophie left. But so that doesn't count as a huge cry, right?
Anyway, yeah, it doesn't count. So
MRT, none of these episodes.
2003. I think I've seen the UK version of the exercise footage before.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, that was your friend you were talking to. Sorry. But yes, I'll say this again. None of these dragons in these episodes cry. Especially, I think something.
Which lets out a big sniffle.
Well, in To Fly with Dragons, yes. I mentioned, yes, it's the very first episode of Dragon Tales. Thomas Gets Tricked is the very first episode of Thomas and Friends. Home is Where the Bear is the first episode of Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yes. And there's the disc, which has this pose of Emmy and Max was from the When I'm Afraid DVD, but they just split them up like this because you can see the position of everyone's hands doing this. Actually, this promo of Ord is actually from the Singing Dance and Dragonland one, but they just put it in a different position.
If you want, you can send me the clips again sometime, but right. Yeah, because I remember sometimes if I watch them again, it gets easier to remember things, so.
Oh, yeah, shoot, my bad. And on this DVD, the songs are Pretend and Stretch. Pretend will play after To Fly with Dragons, and Stretch will play after Room for Change. Despite doing something funny in that Dragon Tunes intro version.
It's a song from season 1.
But they put Enrique in that intro version for some reason. Despite Enrique's not in the song.
But did they put Enrique in the Dragon Tunes intro after To Fly with Dragons ends?
I don't think they did. But I know on the Let's Be Brave one, which was the previous release, I don't think they did that either. because Hum is from season 1, right? But I was, experience new things. Definitely give this really try. Like I said, this is what I found on eBay with Say Hello to Enrique if you want to definitely get it for next time, Flicka. It's on eBay if you ever want to get a chance to get it. If we could show our whole Dragon Tales DVD collection, since I have all the releases now. Almost all of them, just not our amazing pets. But yeah, there's Experience New Things one last time.
Yeah. After this one, we have no more Dragon Tales releases to show.
Unless I get the Amazing Pets 2009 DVD, which would be a while when we show the 2009 ones, but we don't have any releases from 2007 to 09. So we're just going to go straight to 2010, which I'm fine with. Which, I know that's fine, right?
And and then after the 2010 releases, we go straight into a 2015 release.
Okay. Because I know for a fact, let's see what we have from 2010 first.
There's one more 2006 release.
Okay. And then we get to 2000.
I think your idea could work out pretty well as well. So anyway, this next one is called Monster House.
Yep, released sometime after
October 24th, 2006.
Oh, I'll also say this: the Will Ferrell comedy, Talladega Nights: The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, came out on DVD 2 months after this DVD came out. Which I didn't bring that either, but that's fine. But that's also a Columbia Pictures film, Sony movie, Talladega Nights.
And it says 2 very big thumbs up, says Ebert and Roper.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Yep.
It's co-produced with Image Movers, who also made The Polar Express with Warner Brothers.
Yep, I remember Image Movers.
And also it's co-produced with Amblin Entertainment. Running time is 91 minutes.
Mm-hmm. There's the disc. Oh yeah, there's the disc for Monster House. It's just a simple... Also, I thought the artwork was going to be upside down. The logo is going to be placed upside down. But...
All right.
Okay, it's not. Okay, good.
All right. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Monster House.
Yeah, and next I'll say this. We would have gotten Talladega Nights: The Ballad of Ricky Bobby in December of 2006 on DVD, but unfortunately I didn't bring it with me, which stinks. So I can't show that either. And I do have one Sony movie from 2007. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, with Kevin James and Adam Sandler playing these respective characters. Now we get to this release.
And it's a 2010 release of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, and also before we get to that, I know when we showed Monster House earlier, it released a month after Thomas Come Ride the Rails hit DVD. Even though it was going to get a VHS Come Ride the Rails, it got canceled. Even though I know what it could have looked like if they made a Come Ride the Rails VHS of Thomas, but they didn't.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Released January 5th, 2010.
Yes, the same year that Thomas Splish Splash Splosh hit DVD. Even though it's strange, the release itself, Thomas Splish Splash Splosh, hit theaters in late 2009 before hitting DVD in January of 2010.
The television show, come on. It shouldn't be in theaters. It should air on television.
Only movies are supposed to get theaters. Because I guess they were just trying to promote it. Thomas now be put in the CGI. Because I guess they didn't want to put it out into the physical just yet. But yeah, there's the Cloudy with Meatballs. Yes, I can remember.
90 minutes.
There's a lot of funny.
James Caan.
Yes, may he rest in peace to James Caan. But at least Bill Hader is still alive.
Yes, James is, and like I said before, you were correct that that James Caan did have a heart attack before he passed away.
Yes, but I know James Caan was also, like when we talked about Elf earlier, James Caan also plays Walter Hobbs in Elf. But also, I know the funny parts. I'll say them again from Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs 1. But when we get to the double movie collection, we'll show off.
Here is the disc for Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, and also, I know some of my favorite funny parts, when it's called the Flints Him Defer. flinch him to fur. I want the
I can imagine
fur.
if they made a hand-drawn animated version
Flip.
of it. Right? I can imagine if they made a hand-drawn animated Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs film back in 1998 by Columbia Pictures.
Well, they did make a book based off the well, they didn't make the book similar to the movie, but they just made some hand-drawn ideas from the book. One example is like when the food hurricane occurs and a giant pancake falls on top of the school. That's one of the ideas they put in the movie from the book.
And
Like when the
also, I would imagine what it'd be like if they made an animated film from 1998 that is hand-drawn that Columbia Pictures also released.
But yeah, I don't think they have. Yeah, they can't do hand-drawn.
We would have Flint Lockwood be played by John Ritter instead of Bill Hader.
And this Anna actress would still voice Sam Sparks.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Even though John Ritter will play Flint Lockwood in the '98 version.
Yeah, and also like the other funny quote is like when in Sam's flashback when she tells Flint Lockwood.
Here's a fun fact: the person who composed the music for this film, Mark Mothersbaugh, actually composed music for the PBS animated series Clifford the Big Red Dog back in 2000.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
Except the music is a little bit different. It sounds more orchestrated in this film compared to the series Clifford the Big Red Dog, which is all synthesized.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I think it's reaching 11:30 Flicka, so I think we've been doing this for close to 3 hours. So hopefully we can do
more releases to show you. So
okay, once we finish them off, I'll say I'm gonna go ahead and leave the stream. I'll say thanks for making me join, and I'll eventually leave the stream afterwards, and then you'll say thanks for watching and for making me join this stream, and say we'll join eventually next time soon. Okay, let's see what the next release of 2010 is.
It is Planet 51.
Released a while after Chance of Meatballs.
Released on March 9th of 2010.
That was after Thomas and the Runaway Kite season 13 release also hit DVD. Well, a while after that, because Thomas and the Runaway Kite was for some reason in theaters in January 2010, and then it hit DVD in March 2010.
It's kind of like with The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland. It was released in theaters in October of 1999, and then it came out on VHS and DVD in December of that year.
It's strange if you ask me, because it only.
But it is but unlike that, The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland is a feature film.
Yes. That's also Sony related, so I just wanted to mention. That's funny having a human as an alien. That's strange. Usually, like, aliens are supposed to be, like, the opposite. They're the ones that are supposed to be captured, like, those green people.
It's something strange is coming to the planet. Us. Loaded with funky, cool animation and off-the-wall comedy. It is lots of fun.
Yeah, when did Planet 51 come out in theaters? Did it come out a few months after Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs came out in theaters?
It came out in late 2009 along with Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs. Maybe around September to November 2009 for both films.
Yeah. I know I've seen trailers for Planet 51, but I never got the chance to watch that film, honestly.
It's 91 minutes. Here's a disc for Planet 51.
I know some copies come in a white DVD case, but I know yours is in a black case for some reason, but that's honestly fine. At least you get to show me.
Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs also comes in a black case, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Now here we go to the last.
And this last DVD that they have also has a black case in it too.
Okay. Well, at least I don't mind you showing me it because I wanted to see the last release of this collection. Then we can finally end this. We can do this at long last.
All right.
Last one of this collection, then we'll be all finished.
It is the double feature, the Cloudy Collection. 2 great movies, 1 great price.
Yep. Let's see what we have.
We already talked about the first one, so we're going to talk about the second one. Have you seen the second one? I've seen it.
I've seen the second one so many times. Can I tell you, one of my favorite funny parts of the second one, I say when, sorry, Steve, no reason to celebrate. Celebrate! No, Steve, no! And then it explodes, and then everyone starts laughing at him. And also, like, this is another instance where Flint lets out a big cry, but in its grown-up form. Just like how young Flint Lockwood cries hysterically in the beginning of the first one as a young kid. This one,
it wouldn't necessarily be hysterically. It would just go just a little. And
it says "ta-da," and Flint was, and Flint, I got your message. Oh no, what happened to you?
Well, I can imagine if they made Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1.5.
Oh my god. How would they do a 1.5 but it goes before the events of the second one?
Well, maybe we could have the second one be Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1.5, where they leave the place where they're at and they get stuck in Dragonland and they don't know how to get out of there.
Oh my god! Despite this film, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 came out years after Dragon Tales stopped airing on PBS Kids. But luckily, Thomas was still on PBS Kids, which was good.
Well, I would imagine it would be like,
it's a monster.
And then it's like, don't worry, guys, I'm Flint Lockwood. I'm not a monster.
I'm just an inventor who likes to invent stuff. I made a machine.
Can you invent dragonberry cupcakes?
I most certainly can with my newest invention. You noticed that it used to be called the Flint and Dr that can make anything. Yeah, and whoa, Flint, you're the best inventor. Thanks for helping me get one of my cupcakes back when it got stolen. When someone ate it.
My pleasure.
Just tell Flint if you want anything to eat, his Flint and Dr will do the trick. If it was still working, but it should be working. But yeah.
And well, in this one, why not have all those dragons like be attacked by raining sandwiches.
Wait, in the Dragonland one or like still in Clyde since we've all stopped?
One.
Oh my god. Like this one I was like, oh, a giant sandwich!
I am the evil sandwich. I will make the journey out of Dragonland difficult for you, Flint.
You think so, Sandwich. You cannot think this inventor can stop you from making me escape this make-believe place?
Yeah, I agree with what Flint Lockwood said. Shoo away, Sandwich.
Yeah. That's my Wheezy impression.
Yeah. Go. Scram, you big sandwich.
Yeah. Zacky's right. Don't bug us with trying to spoil our plan to get this Flint Lockwood fellow out of our make.
Too late. It's too late.
But
I will take everything away from Dragonland, whether it's dragonberry cupcakes, sugar plums, you name it.
And then, oh god, I'd be so baffled that all the dragons would be upset they lost their favorite food in the world.
And then this could be the only time where we can have Ord and Cassie both cry together at the same time and hug each other, kind of like when SpongeBob and Patrick hug each other when they cry.
Yes, especially in bad SpongeBob episodes I don't care for, which I don't understand them at all. But yeah, I think it's getting close to.
Oops! I dropped my camera by mistake.
Whoops! Whoopsies! Whoopsie daisy!
Anyway, here's the disc for the Cloudy Collection. It's just a plain, simple disc.
Yeah, and also when the logos come up, when you select the first Cloudy with Meatballs logo, the Columbia Pictures logo is in high pitch.
The second one, it's normal pitch.
But on the first one, the statue gets knocked over by a banana. But on the second one, it gets knocked over by a food of a banana with berry.
Cool. Anyway, that
Yep.
was all the Columbia TriStar releases. We couldn't get through everything in one part. And sorry, part 2 took a couple of weeks before I finally did, but there were some things going on.
Yeah, at least we finally got to do it. And yeah, I think it's almost 11:40, Flicka, so I'm going to go ahead and... at least we're done with the collection. I'm going to finally say I'm going to go ahead and leave, since we showed most of our...
Next week, be on the lookout for a VHS collection for a Columbia TriStar VHS collection.
At least I can show some parts of Columbia TriStar stuff on VHS, maybe, but I don't have that much on VHS. But at least you can show me. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave. It's 11:35, Flicka, so I'm going to go ahead and leave, and you can go ahead and say... you can go ahead and end it saying thanks for joining the stream. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave, Flicka, so see you next week for another stream.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching this stream, and we will see you guys later.